Hi, everybody. Good evening from here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us from. Please let me know you can hear me by leaving your favorite emoji in the chat. If you can hear me, just leave a thumbs up or leave your favorite emoji in the chat, please. All right, I can see that, Denny. I can see that, Rafia. So good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here today. My name is Priscilla, and I'll be your host for today. So today, I'm very certain that we have people from diverse places all over the world, and I'd like to meet every one of you. So if you don't mind and you can just indulge me, kindly leave your name and also your location in the chat. Thank you so much, Anyi. So just leave your name and also your location. Let's get to meet you and know where you are joining us from, right? And you're from Nigeria, you're welcome. Feel good to have you here. So we have Ernest from Texas, we have Ibukun from Nigeria, Oyekunle from UK, Frank from Nigeria, Caroline from Kenya, Nurul Haq from Saudi Arabia, Jeremiah from Nigeria. So you are very much welcome to today's session, and today's session is brought to you by Tenalytics, right? And if you're just joining us for the first time, you are very much welcome, right? So I'll be sharing, before we get started, I'll be sharing my screen to do a brief introduction of who we are at Tenalytics and what we do. So I'll just go ahead to share my slide. Welcome, everybody. If you can see my slide, just also leave a 1 for me in the chat, right? So, can everybody see my slide? Just leave a 1 if you can see my slide. All right. Okay, so thank you. So Tenalytics, this session is brought to you by Tenalytics, right? What do we do at Tenalytics? Who are these people bringing us this free masterclass? So Tenalytics is an educational technology company, and we help Africans and people of the Black community lower the entry barrier into tech, right? Our service offerings that aimed at building capacity and understanding across various tech industry and data-related fields. And these include data analytics, HR analytics, financial analytics, which is why we're here today, data science, data engineering, and so much more. Now, we help people transition into tech, and we also lower the entry barrier into tech. And we're able to do this with the help of top professionals from various industries. So we have a vision, we have a goal. So how do we achieve these goals? So we go ahead as a company to employ really amazing and fantastic professionals. And these people have worked in various sectors and reputable organizations like Apple, like Microsoft, McKinsey, Amazon, PwC, Deloitte, and also our courses are structured in a way that makes it practical and ensures that you get optimal value. Now, if you know what educational technology companies do, they are all about making education easy for people, right? And I bet you we're one of the best out there. All right, so today we'll be learning how to build an end-to-end financial report, and Nene Ifemena Ipro will be taking us through this session today. She's right here on the call, and yes, I'll be bringing her on now. Hi, Nene, good evening.
Hi, Priscilla. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? Sorry, give me a second.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you see
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you, Nene.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Please confirm you can hear me. You can give me a thumbs up. You can give me a yes in the chat room. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Njoku. Fantastic. Thank you, Foma. So, and please confirm you can see my screen. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. I'm just arranging my screen. So the way I do it is my chat room is open. My participant list is open. So if you have questions throughout the session, please don't hesitate feel free to raise up your hand. Feel free to use the chat room. We are here for you. I am here to answer all your questions. Okay, fantastic. So today we are talking about how to start a career in financial analytics. Are we excited? I need to feel the excitement. Thank you, Tunde. You're already in the spirit. I want to see your emojis. I want to see excited emojis. I need to see that we are excited about today's masterclass. I'm waiting for your emojis. I need to see the emojis. I need to see the emojis in the chat room. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. I see the hand raises. Okay. Thank you very much. Fantastic. So Priscilla has spoken about Tenalytics. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. Fantastic. How many of us are joining for the very first time? If you're joining for the very first time for a financial analytics masterclass, please drop a 1. If this is not your first time of joining a financial analytics masterclass, please put XX. So I want to know the newbies. I want to know our returning masterclass. Oh, I'm seeing quite a number of 1s. Please keep them coming. Fantastic. So I see we have quite a number of new people. Don't worry, I am here for you. We have people who have attended previous masterclasses. Don't worry, I'm also here for you. We are here together. Now, some of you say, oh, who am I? Who is this? So my name is Nene, and I'm a strategic financial planning professional. I have over 6 years experience utilizing analytical tools to guide companies on operational and strategic decision-making. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a management and leadership advisor at the Harvard Business Review Advisory Council. I currently work as a senior financial planning and analysis professional at Zelus UK, which is the only authorized licensee of Nike Incorporated in the UK. Prior to Zelus, I worked with Denom. I worked with KPMG, Denom Industrial Services in the UK. I worked with KPMG. I worked with Bank of America. I worked with Laurels Development Partners. I've worked with Leadway. I've worked with Sterling Bank. I've worked with quite a number of places, but this is just the short end of my career summary. So I will be taking you to today's masterclass. Please note that Priscilla has sent attendance link in the chat room. It's quite important for you to fill our attendance link. Now, 2 things. This masterclass is completely free. However, in this masterclass, we're going to have it practical. We believe in experiential learning. So 2 things, you can either watch me or you can practice alongside me. I encourage, for especially if it's your first time watching and you get the recordings, you practice. However, if you want to practice alongside me, there's no problem. But I'm going to repeat everything twice, but just ensure you're not dragging the class behind so we don't stay here for long. Is that good? Give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. Thumbs up. No one is. Can you hear me? I love participation. Okay, so yeah, I didn't write that, but one of the things I really love is participation, because I believe that the classes that you participate in are the classes you remember. So it's very important for you to interact with your facilitator. It's very important for you to interact with the case study. Everything you need to be provided to you. So please go ahead, fill the attendance link, and please ensure you wait till the end of the masterclass because we have a special package for you. Okay, so this is me. Now, what are we doing today? So first of all, we're going to build a dynamic and interactive Excel dashboard. I'm going to ask a question very soon. We're going to talk about the pathway to becoming a financial analytics professional. We're going to talk about remote, full-time, and tech relocation opportunities with financial analytics. We have a special offer for you, and we're going to talk about the Tenalytics Growth Internship Program. Now, if I may ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your proficiency in Excel? What's your proficiency in Excel on a scale of 1 to 10? I like to see it. Oh, yes, said Nessie. Let me not beat around the bush. I'm a 0. I'm seeing some 8. I'm seeing some 6. Okay. Continue. Keep it coming. I'm seeing 7. I'm seeing 5. Keep it coming. 6. Okay. Queensley said Nessie. 1. Don't let me not stress myself. 1. Keep it coming. I told you I like interaction. I'm seeing 1. I love interaction. So please drop your comments, drop everything for me. Fantastic. So there is no problem. everybody, you say, I remember there was an Excel class I facilitated last year, right? At the beginning of the class, I asked, not master class, main class, I asked, what was your proficiency in Excel? People were like, Nene, I'm a 7, Nene, I'm an 8, Nene, I'm a 9. By the time we got to the nitty gritty, someone raised up their hand in the middle of the class, and I said, yes. Person said, Nene, say, I want to confess, I don't think I evaluated myself properly. All these things you are saying, I didn't know them before. So it's all right. I accept your 8, I accept your 6, I accept it. If it's automatic when you say, what's your proficiency in Excel? I mean, I'll say that I used to say I was a 7. So there's no problem. What we're going to do today is to build an interactive Excel dashboard. Now, like I said, you can practice alongside me. However, your practicing might mean that you are not listening to me, especially if this is the first time you are doing it. I would repeat everything twice, but we will not have back and forth so that the class doesn't get prolonged beyond the time allocated. I believe that makes sense, right? Please give me a yes or a thumbs up if that makes sense. So this is what we're going to be doing today. This is the data set. I have put it in the PowerPoint. So when you get, sorry, give me a second. When you get the PowerPoint, you still get access to it. But just for those of us who want to practice, but remember my rules and guidelines, I've sent it here. So what are we doing? GTB is a leading African bank with a diverse range of financial services. The bank operates across multiple regions, including West Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa, and offers various services such as retail banking, corporate banking, investment banking, wealth management. GTB offers a couple of services. Now, what's going on? What's the challenge? Gold Bank, our employer, we are the financial analytics team of Gold Bank. Gold Bank is a new player and is interested in understanding how GTB's operating segments contribute to its overall performance. Which segments contribute to GTB's share of loans, deposits, and operational income from the last annual report? Let me break this slide into plain English for you. We are working with all of us like this, all of us on this call, we are part of the team. We are part of this, the finance team of Gold Bank. Gold Bank is a new player in the African banking system. And Gold Bank wants to understand GTB's operations. Your MD has come to us and said, our MD rather, we're all together. Our MD has come to us and said, we need to understand what's going on with GTB. We need to use GTB as a leading practice case study to understand what's going on in the space and what areas we should target. Does this make sense? I love interaction. Does this make sense? So what we are going to do is to analyze GTB's annual report, 2022 annual report. I'm going to bring that on my screen. Please confirm you can see the annual report here. So this is GTB's annual report. What we want to do, based on this case study that we have analyzed, that we have discussed just now, is that our employer and our MD, Mr. McIntosh, Mr. McIntosh of Gold Bank, has reached out to us that we should analyze GTB's annual report, 2022 annual report, and provide insights as to its operating segments. What happened with GTB last year? So now, when you are doing something like this, you must, we have the annual report. It's a large data set. This is how many pages? 378 pages. So you have to go exactly, you have to note exactly what you are looking for. And what are we looking for? Can anybody tell me what you are looking for in GTB's annual report? You can type it in the chat room. You can raise up your hand. I love participation. Can anybody give me a clue as to what we are? Okay, someone said P&L. No. Someone said annual financial statement. No. Profit. No. No. So what area of the annual report are we looking for? Financial performance. Fantastic. But financial performance as to what? Joyce, your hand is raised. Please go ahead. Unmute yourself. Joyce, your hand is raised. Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to get to know about the different sectors of GTB Bank. That's what I think.
Fantastic.
Anyway.
You and Tunde are on point. We need to understand the different segments that exist within GTB. So what we are going to do is to search Control F for segments. Now, there is an IFRS. I can't remember the exact IFRS. I think IFRS 8, I'm not too sure. But basically, there's an IFRS that talks about operating segments. So basically, companies, especially big companies that have different segments, so we call the different business units. Basically, these are the different business units that contribute to the performance of the overall firm. So you could have different business operating segments in terms of you could have segment reporting that the IFRS segment reporting. You could have it in operating segments, you could have it in geography, you could have it in different, but it's important for you to segment your financial statement. So we have it a operating segments. So we can continue scrolling down, just a segment until we get to the page that we're looking for. Okay. I'm doing it small by small so you can get the concept. Don't worry, I'm going to get the slides. I'm going to get everything. Now look at what we have here. This is what? Operating segment for 2022. Can we see this? Can we see this? Thank you very much, Adini. IFRS 8. I remember. Thank you. Can we see this? Operating segments for 2022. Can we see this? I need responses. You can give me a thumbs up. You can type yes in the chat room. I need to know that we are together so that I don't go further than what you've heard. I need the responses to guide me. Now that we know where the information is in our annual report, I'm coming, and there's a reason I've not yet flipped but let me flip it for you. There's a reason I didn't flip it, but I'll flip it for you. Page 214. Okay. Can we see? Oh, give me a second. 214. Okay. Tunde, can you see well now? We're not responding to me. So if you don't respond to me, we'll be slower, or I will just continue talking without me on the Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Now, look, so we can see that this is operating segment. I want to take it back to the way it was. This is the way it was. There's a reason I'm doing this. I want to show you something. So this is the way the annual report is, and this is the page that we're interested in. Now, fortunately for us, this annual report, the page here, the page number here, and this page number here are the same thing. What you are to note is this page number here, not this page number here, because sometimes you could see 212 and here is 214. Have you ever seen that kind of situation where this is 212 and this is 214? In a situation like this, for the purpose of the analysis that we want to do today, please don't take note of this page number. Take note of this page number. Is that good? I believe that's good. Okay. So now that we have our annual report here and we have noted the page number, I'm going to take this to one side, take this away, and we have a blank Excel sheet. This is a blank Excel sheet, right? What we are going to do is to utilize Excel to extract, transform, and load. Okay, let me come again on the page number to note. I said this is the page number you note, this number page here, not this one. Fortunately for us, this and this are the same number, but sometimes you can see this as 213 or 215 or whatever, but this is the page number you're supposed to note for the purpose that we're going for. Just note telling you that. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yes. So now what we want to do, fantastic Tunde, what we want to do is to utilize Excel. So on a normal day before, I think like 3-4 years ago, when I was still understanding Excel's language, because there's a language to Excel. All these analytical tools have a language, so you have to ensure they are speaking the right language, right? I would be typing it. I will look at it and say, this is corporate banking. I will type corporate banking. I will say this is 296,000, 296 million, 200. Imagine the amount of time that will take. However, there is a function within Excel called the Power Query function. Now, this function, it's an addition that is in both Excel and Power BI. Is the Power Query function, Power Query tool, and it helps us to perform exactly what Tunde said, the ETL function, which is the acronym of what I said initially: extract, transform, and load. Meaning that we can tell Excel in its own language to go to this data source, extract the data within that data source, transform it, and load it into our Excel sheet. Does that make sense? Are we excited? Hello, does that make sense? I need a thumbs up. I need a yes. I need more responses. We are over 50.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So what we are going to do is to go to data. We are going to go to data. We are going to go to get data from file. And I want, no, you don't even need from file, just from web, because I have posted the website. I'm pasting it again just for reference purpose. So from web. Now it's asking me, what is the website? And I come here and I paste the website, exact website that I pasted in the chat room, and I press OK. It might give you a prompt that should you go to GTB's website, you can say yes. I've used this before, so that's why it didn't give me a prompt. So, but sometimes if you, I've done different analysis on GTB or First Bank or whatever, right? So it might give you a prompt to say, should it go to GTB's website? You press yes, and it takes you here. Now, your navigator might look different from mine because I'm using what version of Excel am I using? I'm using Microsoft Office Personal Professional. I don't even know. It's a paid version, right? However, this can work from I think 2016 or 2019 upwards. So if your Excel does not support this, all you have to do is just focus and flow with the class. If your Excel version does not support this, focus on the class. After the class, you get the recording, you'll be able to practice. So I'm going to close this and do this again because someone said they missed, and I said I'm going to do every step twice. So from web, so yes, so close data, get and transform data is what you're looking for, and from web, Control V. Okay. Now your navigator, like I said, your navigator, your interface might be different from mine. I've said that. So it takes a second or so to load, so there's no problem. So remember, we are interested in page 214. So once this loads, you start looking for page 214. Just give it a second. Give it a second. So that's the beauty of the ETL function. The ETL function within Excel and Power BI helps you to extract data from whatever source. You can extract data from another Excel sheet, from a website, from PDF, from a Word document, from anything entirely, right? So you can download the report and do that, but that's not what we're doing today. So this is page 214. Can we see that? Can we see this? I did not save the report on my system.
Yes.
I copied the link and I used from web. I didn't save it. So this is page 214. Now, your interface might be different. So you might see page 214 and see table something in page 214. You're not interested in the page. You're interested in the table within the page. Now, I click on the table within the page. Does it look like what I have? Yes, it looks like what I have. Now, notice something. You and I know that if you want to read this page, we should turn our head, right? However, Excel does not know that. So Excel is taking the data exactly as it is here and taking it as a row, 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 and taking this as a column, 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 as a column. So you now have to, if you want to, you can actually go ahead and do the analysis like that, but just to show you, I'm going to transform it. Now, if you want your Excel to extract the data exactly the way it would have been if you turned your head, you would instruct Excel what to do. Are we ready for that? Do we understand what I just said? I need responses.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
sorry, it looks like I muted myself. I muted my speaker. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see we are good. Thank you very much. Okay. So I'm here. So I'm going to click instead of load. Now it's extracting. So instead of loading, I'm going to first of all transform. Like I said, your interface might be different from mine, but you get the logic. It's almost the same, right? You might have had this kind of interface from the get-go. It's fine. It's just the different versions of Excel. So I've used the previous version. I'm using this one now. It's all right. Okay, so now this is it. What we want to do is to transform this. Now, in thousands of naira, we know in thousands of naira, this revenue, all of this is the top. It's not at the bottom, it's at the top. So what we're going to do is what? One thing I love about Excel, Power BI, analytical tools, is that they give you a prompt. They tell you, they guide you. So you just have to be able to speak the language. You just have to be able to speak the language and follow the guidelines. So now, want to transpose. Sorry, please don't unmute yourself if you are not. If you want to talk to me, please raise up your hand so you don't distract me and the class. So putting my mouse over transpose, what does it say? Transpose this table such that columns become rows and rows become columns. That is one. Two, reverse rows. Invert this table such that the last rows are displayed first. Such that the last rows are displayed first. That's what we want to do. So click on reverse rows. And when you click on reverse rows, the applied steps show here. So we have reversed the rows. So this in thousands of naira that was at the bottom is now at the top. So it's now showing thousands of naira, corporate, retail, business, commercial, SME, and the likes. Does this make sense? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now that we have reversed, we can then transpose because the goal is for us to let this Excel look like the way it is looking in the PDF when we bend our head. Excel doesn't know it should bend its head. So transpose, and automatically you can see this, right? Looking like this. Looking like this. Let me say 214. I think I should still do one more time. Yeah. Aha. Can you see it? Give me a second. 214. So now this is looking like this. Can we see that? Can we see that? Fantastic. Now that we've made it look like this, we can move on. So this is it. The next thing we will do is to say there are different things you can do here, but we don't need to do. Sorry, can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Or
We can hear you.
Okay, Sean, it looks like it's just you. Priscilla, please let me guide Sean on enabling him to hear me. Yes, so there are different things you can do with this. There are times I'll have to do all sorts of analysis inside the query, right? But we're not doing that today. We're going to do a very, very simple case study. So we're going to say, use first row as header so that this corporate, retail, business, commercial, they become the column header. So use first row as header. And I can see everything. The steps are here. Can we see that? So it's now corporate, retail, business, commercial, SME, public, continuing, total, and the likes. Did we get that? Did we get that?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Very well.
Can I move on?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
We are following. Fantastic. Okay, Charles, you said I should repeat. So I'm just going to repeat this for Charles, and I'm going to show you with the fact that you can actually change your steps. You can cancel the steps. So I'm going to cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this. Right? This is where we were. I'm going to start by again. This is how Excel extracted the data because Excel did not turn its head. Right? Excel. So we now have to guide Excel to turning its head. Right? So the first thing we're going to say is this that is at the base should not be at the base. It should be at the top. Total is at the bottom and not at the top. So we're going to say reverse rows. We've reversed the rows, then we transpose because these corporate retail are actually column headers. They are not rows because we want our Excel to look like this. That's what we want our Excel to look like. And Excel doesn't know that he should turn his head. Remember, there's a language. Excel doesn't speak English like this. It doesn't speak English. So you have to speak Excel's language by understanding the nooks and cranny of Excel, right? So I'm going to say transpose. And it looks like this. Now, before we close this, we need to ensure that Excel is reading the right column header because it's important to read the right column because Excel won't know that this is corporate. Excel won't know this is retail. Excel won't know anything. So you have to guide Excel to that. So we'll say go to home and say use first row as headers. We do that, all the steps come here. And now that we have done this, we can close and load. Does that make sense? Close and load. Now, when you close and load, you need to give your query few minutes or seconds is going to load. Because remember, it's extracting this data from the internet. I did not download this. It is extracting this data from the internet. I did not download this. Chi, do you have a question?
Right.
Okay, please remember that you should, except you want to ask me a question. If you want to ask me a question, please raise up your hand because you don't want to distract the class. Okay, fantastic. So now our Excel, our table looks like this. Makes sense? Makes sense? Please, how did you use the column as headers? What did I do? I'm just going to show you. I'm going to click on query and say edit. You can do whatever. All I did was to click this use first row as header. That's all. And it came here and said promote header. That's all. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Samuel. Samuel, it's you that said I should do this. Does that make sense? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to close this. This is it. So, like I said, we actually didn't need to bring it to this standpoint, but just because I wanted you to see how it go, how you can extract it to look exactly like what you have. That's why I did this. We don't need it in this format. So now that our data is loaded, we have extracted, we have transformed, and we have loaded our data on our Excel. Then what do we do next? We then go ahead to create our pivot. Now, why are we creating a pivot? We're creating our pivot because we want to summarize this data in such a way that we can create insights from it. We can extract data points and link them and create insights from it. Does this make sense? Now, somebody will say, what is a pivot? So I'm going to go insert. So you have pivot table here. Remember, Excel guides you on everything. So you can just hover your mouse around everything and you see guidelines. So you say a pivot table is a way of easily arranging and summarizing complex data. So if you want to easily arrange and summarize complex data, the easiest way for you to do this, is to create a pivot table. Does this make sense? You know, I love interaction.
Yes. Makes sense.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If it doesn't make sense to you, ask your questions, raise up your hand, ask your questions. When I ask questions, an opportunity for you to interact with me. So don't just keep quiet. Raise up your hand and ask your questions. I am here for you. Tenalytics is here for you. We believe in everybody flowing together. So don't just look at me. Okay, so yeah, I still want to create a pivot. Now, this pivot, you can either say new worksheet, but for this case, I want to show you how to link it to an existing worksheet. Although I can create a new worksheet. Let me create a new worksheet, then I'll still show you how to put it in an existing worksheet. So I'll just call this pivot. Now, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So we're going to have this hour in thousands of naira. So pivot table helps you to summarize. Some of us, these are first time seeing pivot table, so there's no problem. So basically, this says if you want to create a filter from your work, you want to filter some particular rows, some particular things, you put it in filter. If you want your data to be in columns, like in this situation, we want this to be in columns. We're going to drag this here. Meanwhile, all this corporate, retail, business, commercial, SME, public sector, continuing, we want it in values. So we are going to put it in values. Does this make sense? We don't need it in rows. When it comes to values, the values will go to rows. But what we're interested in is for this in thousands of naira, which is the title of this column, to be in columns. Does this make sense? Don't worry, let me action it. When I action it, you see whether it makes more sense. So in thousands of naira, so let me first of all start. I want corporate in value, retail in value. Don't worry if it's showing count. I'll show you how to adjust everything. We are here together. Commercial, SME, just drag it. Public sector, right? Public sector. Sorry, if you can't hear me, you need to, I think that's Sean that's saying, Sean, you have to, you've not connected your audio. Sorry. Because I can see that you have not connected your audio. How do you determine what enters the column of values? Fantastic. Now, what enters the column? This value here, you're going to take it to the right. Because what we want to do, we are not interested in, we do, this is not what's important to us. This is what is important to us. We're interested to understand this data in relation to corporate, this data in relation to retail, this data in relation to business, commercial, and the likes. Does this make sense? So this is what is in the rows because those are the data points, while this is what is going to be in the columns. So now I have dragged this value to the rows, and I'm going to take this in thousands of naira to columns. So automatically, we have in thousands of naira addition. It listed it. It listed it in alphabetical order because we said we want it as column. That's so it listed it in alphabetical order. That's fine. You know the data points you want, and we're going to discuss the data points now. Do we understand how I use this pivot table? So some things, especially when you're hearing for the first time, it looks a bit weird. I won't lie. Yes, it looks a bit weird. It looks okay. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? But the more you practice, you understand it. So just listen. When you get the recordings, you also practice. I say, okay, oh, if I do it like this and I do it like this, how will it come out? I say, oh, okay, this is why I should do it like this. That is it. Does this make sense? Charles, everyone, does this make sense?
I have a question.
Okay, if you have a question, next time raise up your hand so that imagine three people unmuted at the same time. But go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is actually brought an idea or experience on how to use the pivot table. But my question is, how did you transfer all this data to this new sheet?
How did I transform this data to the Excel sheet?
Yeah, this platform we are not now.
Sorry, when did you join?
I'm new now. This is the first time.
You're just joining now.
Yes, now.
Okay, because we started this session 39 minutes ago and we have done this twice.
Okay. I'm using for maybe that is the reason.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead,
I'm just going to do a summary. Basically, what we did is we used the ETL function of Excel to extract data from this website. This is GTB's annual report. We extracted it and we extracted it here. We transformed it and we got it here. And we now used pivot. We inserted a pivot and linked it. So we said here that a pivot summarizes this data for us. So we're able to summarize it here. Does that make sense, Mr. Kintola?
Yes, you are correct. Thank you.
So we are summarizing. We have not gotten into much. I'm just taking you step by step. There's still some extra things I'm going to do, but I'm taking you step by step. Is that fine?
All right, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sunola, are you good? You said I should repeat the process. I literally just repeated it. Are you good now? We are not done with this. We are still doing some stuff, but I'm taking it step by step.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So now we have it. Remember I said because we took it into columns, it's going to give it in alphabetic order, and that is fine. Now, we are not interested in count, are we? No, we are not. We're interested in sum. So I'm going to say summarize by sum. Now, it's showing 0. Right click, summarize by sum. It's showing 0. Summarize by sum. It's showing 0. Summarize by sum. It's showing 0. What is going on? What is going on? So it's showing 0. Where is it? Summarize by sum. Everything is showing 0. What happened? Let's go back to our table. Now, one thing you need to note is that Excel has a way of recognizing data. Excel recognizes letters and alphabet to the left. Letters, alphabet, symbols to the left, and alphanumeric data to the left, but recognizes numbers and dates to the right. Now, if we look at this, you can see that all our data here is to the left. What does that mean? Excel has recognized all the numbers here as letters, all the numbers here as letters, all the numbers everywhere as letters. Do you see that? So when we extracted the data, we extracted it as letters. So we need to tell Excel that there are numbers, or no, not necessarily there are numbers, but we need to tell Excel to enter every row and find out and read what is inside every row. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? I need responses, please. Thank you very much. So we're going to go to data, and we're going to use this text to column. So basically, text to column means that Excel should enter. Now, this is what I want to do. You can't do it for a number of rows at the same time. You have to do it each row. You can try it. Excel will give you a prompt that you cannot do it, and you have to do it row by row, because column by column, because basically Excel is entering each row. So you cannot just highlight 10 rows. No, you have to do column by you can't highlight 10 columns. You have to do column by column. So they're basically telling Excel to go in and do something inside this data. However, there's so many functions inside this text to column, but we're not going to go into the fact. I was talking to someone in my office the other, I think last week. The number of things I've used text to column to do is so fantastic. This function that looks so simple. Yeah, I'm doing it step by step. I know why I did it like this. So this function that looks so simple is very useful, right? So we could have done this inside. We could have done what we want to do inside Power Query, but I don't want to do it inside Power Query because I want to show you how to use text to columns also. I'm trying to show you different things you can use in Excel, so that wherever you see yourself, whatever you use, wherever you see yourself, you know, okay, I can try this, let me try this, let me try that. And not that you just learn one thing. Sorry, please don't unmute yourself. So delimited, literally, all you need is delimited and finish. That's all. And look, do you see what just happened? Let me do Ctrl Z. These numbers that were to the left, the moment I said text to columns, delimited basically saying enter the cell and see what is going on there. You can say, oh, do you want it separated in a particular way? But we don't need it. We don't need to separate it in a particular way. Just go inside each row and read it. That's all we want Excel to do. So delimited, finish. Can you see? Now these are recognized as numbers. Did we see that? I need responses. Did we see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Fantastic. So we're going to do it for all the main rows. Text to column, delimited, finish. You don't need any other. You can test the other text to column functions later on, but this is all you need to know for now. Delimited, finish. Remember, I've said there are so many things inside this text column that is sweet. It looks like a very simple function, but it's very useful. And that's why I said we should just tamper on it so that when in your spare time, you can just let me see what this is. I'm not necessarily interested in this 2 total, but I'm not interested in it, so I'm not going to even touch it. So now that we have done this, right, I'm going to go back to my pivot, and I'm going to go to pivot table, and I'm going to say refresh. Now, why did I say refresh? One thing about pivots is that it takes the data as at the last time you sourced or you linked it to the data. So if the data changes, you must refresh. Now, if we did all of these things in the pivot in the Power Query, you won't have seen me use text to column. You won't have seen me refresh. And some of us who have never used pivot, we might never know that we're supposed to refresh if there's a change to our data source. So did we get that? Did we get what I just did? Did we get what I just did? I need more responses. Like only 2 people have responded to me. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. I like that we're together. Now, all of this sum of, remember, these are the data points that we are interested in, right? These are the data points that we are interested in. So what are we going to do? I'm going to copy this. I want to take my data away from this. This is the pivot for the main data source. I'm going to paste this here, Control V, Control C, Control V. However, I don't need sum of, I just need corporate, retail, business, commercial, public sector. I don't need any sum of. So I'm going to say Control H. Remember, Control F is find. Control H is find and replace. So I'm going to say find sum of and space, because there's space after of, and replace with nothing. Nothing is there, and replace all. So all these sum of have been gone. So instead of you entering each cell and be deleting it, no. You do Control H, find what you wanted to find, and say replace with nothing. Did we get this? Can say I'm giving you small tips to use within Excel. Small tips. All of us that will say that we are 8, we are 7, we are 6. If you know it before, fantastic. If you don't know it before, you've learned it. Are we good? Are we good? I need responses.
Very, very good.
Okay. Then banking, I don't need banking. I can actually just delete this one. Yeah, so that's it. So now these are the segments. We are going to call this segments. We are creating our own table that we are going to use. Now, let's go back to our case study. Let's go back to our case study. Now, what do we say we want to do? Because we have gotten our data. So the question is, what exactly do we want from our data? It's not everything that is useful to you. What did we say we want to do? We said we want to understand operating segments, how they contribute to its overall performance. Which segments contribute to GTB share of loans, deposits, and operational income from the last annual report? Okay. Okay. Right? Did we get the instruction? I need responses, as we are going on with this. Only one person is responding to me. You people want me to cry, but I will not cry. I want responses, please, 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 please. It's important. It helps me know that you are understanding what I'm doing.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. So we are going to look at our data. Let's just look at our table. What do we need? Total revenue, right? Net operating income, right? Total cost, profit before income tax, right? We don't need tax, so we don't need all of this. So we just need profit before income tax. So I'm identifying exactly the points we need, because not everything you need. You need total revenue, net operating income, total cost, profit before income tax from reportable segments, right? Did we get that? Okay, I'm just checking that we got that. Then we need not, we can take total assets if we want and total liabilities, but we need loan to customers and deposit from customers. So those are the data points we need. Loan to customers, deposit, loan to customers, because remember in the case study, they asked what is the loan the contribution of each segment to deposit and what's the contribution of each segment to loans. So loan to customers, deposit to customers, important. You can take total assets and total liabilities if you want. Didn't necessarily talk about that. Talk about performance, and performance is more of the income statement, right? So in the income statement, we can take total revenue. We can even just take net operating income straight up. Net operating income, total cost, profit before income tax. Yeah, profit before income, net operating income, total cost, profit before income tax, assets, liabilities, loan and advances to customers, and deposits from customers. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to take these data points. I'm just going to take them. How am I taking them? So the thing is, there are easier ways for me to do this, but because I don't want to bombard you with too many formulas and too many things on our first masterclass, I'm doing it in a semi-structured way. Because if I just do everything, I'm introducing different formulas, some of us might get confused. So our professionals that are in 8/10 or 9/10 in Excel, please bear with us. For those of us that are in 0, I don't want to confuse you. I'm taking it step by step. Am I trying taking it step by step? Am I trying? Are you understand?
Yes.
So I'm taking it step by step, doing some unconventional stuff just because I want you to be able to follow. I don't want to bombard you with too many stuff on our masterclass. So take this. I said total assets. Doing the total liabilities. No. Net operating income, total cost, and this. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 data points. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. Now I'm going to show you a form of paste special. How many of us have heard of paste special? How many of us have heard of paste special? How many of us have heard of paste special? Fantastic. So we're going to paste special. Now, normally you say Control V to paste. However, if I do Control V to paste, it's going to paste like this. And I don't want it to paste like this because I want it to be column headers, just like this. So I'm going to say Control Z. I'm going to come here and say paste special is Alt ES. This is the only formula I'm going to give you in this class. Now, me doing it in a faster way would have me using index match formula to do this, and I don't want to use index match. I want to do something simple. I don't want to give you too many formulas, right? But I'm doing it simple. So paste special, I'm going to type the formula in the chat room. Paste special is Alt ES. So that's what I did to bring this box. You can see the box, the 2 boxes called paste special. Now, what do I want? I want the values, which are the things I've copied, and I want it to be transposed. So that instead of it coming like this, it comes like this. So I've copied it, I highlighted it using my mouse and control, highlighted the 6 of them, or 6 or 7 row names, and I said paste special, Alt ES. When I say Alt ES, you hold down Alt, type press E, press S, this will come out, right? You click on values, you're interested in the values, and you want it to be transposed so that instead of coming vertical, it's horizontal, and press OK. Now, can you see how it came out? Did we get this? Did we get this?
Yes.
I need more responses. Adaku, Adeni, Ayobami, Barbara,
Again, please.
Blessing, Charles. Okay, I'm going to repeat it again. Do you get how I highlighted this? Do we get from here? I copied this. I did this. I held my control down, used my mouse to select. So I don't have to be typing. It goes for you not to be typing what you're doing to type. The data is already there. Now, when you have copied, the next, after you copy, you paste. However, we're not just going to paste, because if we do paste, it's going to come out like this, and this is not useful for us. It is not useful. So I did Control Z. So you're going to click here and do paste special. Paste special formula is Alt ES. Remember, this is about learning the language of Excel. Excel has different language. Excel has, you know, when you say you use, there's a language used for babies and there's language used for adults. You know, you use complicated English for adults, you know. Then for children, you say I don't know. I almost use my cousin's, my niece's name just now. You say Carla, big girl for babies, like think that Carla is not a big girl and all. So we're doing baby steps in our masterclass. When we talk about the main program, we'll teach you how to move from baby to adulthood using Excel. So bear with us. For those of us who are professional, for those of us who are level 0 and 1, this is for us. So paste special, Alt ES. This is the only formula I'm going to teach you. Value, we're interested in just the value. We're not interested in formula. Whatever formula is attached with it, we don't care. We're not interested in format. We're not interested in the comments. We're not interested. We're interested in the value, which is the letters. And we say we want it to be transposed. Transposed meaning that from as is like this, we want it to be like this. So if it is like this, I want to be like this, transpose, and press OK. And it came out like this. Did we get this? Did we get this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Dora, Edicon, Edward, Fred,
Yes.
Edwin, Henry, Global Media, Ibrahim, iPhone, Joshua, Joyce, Kende, Kelechi, Kelvin, Kolawole, Miriam, Madu, Olushola, Osman. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name well, sorry. Oyewole, Phil, Prince, Queensley, Shion, Sunola, T-Girl,
Yes, ma'am.
Yetunde, Ifeanyi, Zidane. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm just going to make this in bold. Now, to do this next step, on a normal day, I would have done index match. But I know that index match is not something that people absorb easily on the first class. That's the honest truth. So normally, when we teach index match, we give you practicals for you to understand how you create the formulas and all. I don't want to do something that will scatter your understanding of today's class. So we are going to do it manually. Is that fine? My people, is that fine?
Yes.
So unfortunately, tab 6, just as so net operating income. Fortunately, is arranged in the same way. So we're just going to take, well, net operating income equals, net operating income is this. Can we see? Now, I would have clicked this, but I'm not going to click it. And I'm going to show you why before I do it manually. Because clicking it like this, right? Clicking it like this comes with a formula. And I do want to teach us how to start editing formulas. You will learn all of that in class. Remember, we're taking from baby to infancy, from infancy to adult in Excel. There's so many things, there's so many techniques, but I don't want to, you can't do everything in 3 hours or 2 hours. It's not possible. So I'm just going to take you to show you the simple way of maneuvering things. When you see something like this and you don't know how to maneuver the formula, all you have to do is find the rule. R5, this is the name here. This cell is R5, this is the name. R, column R, row 5. So I'm just going to go here and say equals R5. Can we see that it's highlighted? Can you see that? My people, can you see that? Press enter, drag down. Do you see that? Total cost, I'm doing it fast because it's the same thing. Total cost here, AA5. I'm going to escape, equals AA5. Is this, like I said, there's a way to go around, but I don't want us to go with too much formulas in today's masterclass. We're still going to develop our dashboard and everything, so I don't want you to be confused about too many things. So profit before income and tax, profit before income, before, this is V, so V5, escape, V5. Just check it to be sure. So I'll just show you V5 before income and tax. Total asset equals total assets, that's Z5. Escape Z5. Loans and advances from to customers, that's this 05, 05, yeah, 05. Then deposit from customers. Deposits from customers. Where? This is deposit from customers here. That's F5. F5. See, deposit from customers. So I'm going to drag this down. Because I didn't lock anything. So this is, let me show you deposit from customers. At least you can see down here. So I just dragged it down. Because it's exactly the same way. We did not change anything about it. So we just made it easy and simple for everybody. Do we understand what I did? Do we understand what I did? I did it in a very simple way. Everybody should understand this. I didn't do any formula. I didn't do anything. This is the most manual I've used Excel in a long time. But it's necessary sometimes when you're trying to drive home a point. It's not everything. You don't just become this thing in a day, right? It's step by step. It's experiential learning. So now the only thing I want us to do here is to multiply this, because this is a negative figure. However, in the way we want to, if we want to put it in a chart, because it is negative, it will be going down. And we don't want it to go down. We want to, so this is total revenue. Out of the total revenue, this is the cost. And also I'm going to say multiplied by -1, so that this becomes, no, minus times minus is what? Plus. So this becomes positive. Is this fine? Do we understand this?
Very good, man.
My people, do we understand this? I need responses. Yetunde, Wale, Phil, Quincy, Quinsley, Prince, Sean.
Yes, we understand very
Usman,
well. Thank you.
Kola Wale, Kelvin, Joshua, John, Joyce, Ifenywa, Godwin, Esther, Chinyere, Charles. I'm just randomly mentioning people's name. Okay, so I've done that. I'm just going to put borderline around this. I literally almost shortcut, but I don't want to use too much shortcut. So now this is the data that we are interested in. So all these things we have been doing all this while, everything here was for us to get to this data, this point. It applies to all the rows without locking. Yes, because fantastic. Thank you for that, Tigger. This is because it is a number we said. You can't lock a number. So we had coded a number into the formula. So if you said -1 here, and you wanted to now say equal to this times this, that's when you will lock it. But I'm not teaching you referencing or locking. I'm not teaching you that at all. Remember, there are different facets. You know, you're learning English language, you learn phonetics, you learn syllables, you learn different things. We're just doing the elementary summary of major points that you can utilize. Is that fine, T-girl? Is that fine? T-girl, fantastic. Now, we are done with our annual report. This is the data we're going to focus on to develop our insights. So I'm going to say insert pivot table. Remember, I told you that this pivot table here that we did was to, we said new sheets. So I'm going to highlight this and say insert pivot table and say one existing worksheet, because we want everything to be in one worksheet. It's going to, once you click on existing worksheet, it's going to ask you for location. You click here and we'll say here. And you press OK. So now instead of it going to a different sheet, we are going to put all our pivots in one sheet. Sorry. Yes, yes, you get your insight. There's no how you get a data exactly and you don't do some extra analysis. You don't do something. There's no how. You're going to multiply by things. You're going to divide. You're going to minus. You're going to do things. So there's no how. All right. There's no how. You could have even just you could have done paste special multiply straight up. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to give you so many complicated things. Right? I believe everybody's understanding the way I'm taking it step by step, right? Hello, I need responses.
Yes.
I need more responses. Are we understanding the way I'm taking it step by step? I know I'm being a bit manual in some places, but that's for all of us to be on the same page. Okay. Remember, we're taking from infancy to professional, but you're not going to get to professional in day one. That's the honest truth. All right. So don't worry. Stay to the end. I'm going to talk about how you can get to that stage. I'm going to talk about taking the process that we'll use to take you from this infancy that you have found yourself. Right, that I can't necessarily go into all these formulas, shortcuts, things. I can't be speaking the advanced Excel language here right now. I'm going to talk about how you can move from that infancy to the advanced stage or the advanced language of these analytical tools, right? So now, for this, right? Okay, you must have joined a bit late, most likely. So I understand. So if you join a bit late, just listen in and just try to get what you can get from the class, even though you joined a bit late. I understand. So, but don't worry, there's this, you get the recording, you get my Excel sheet, you get my slides, you get every single thing, so you can practice and even share your own dashboards on the WhatsApp group chat. Right. So now, for this, what are we interested in here? We want to show the net operating income. We want to show the total cost, and we want to show the profit before interest and tax. Okay, no problem, Kolawole. I understand. So in this, we are going to bring out different summaries. Remember, we said pivot tables for summaries. We're going to bring out different summaries from our work, right? Okay, we're going to bring out different summaries. So we have our segments in the rows, right? Exactly the way it is. Then we want net operating income here. Net operating income, one total cost, and one profit before interest, income tax, basically. And we're going to put this comma so it can be comma separated, and that is that. Did we get what I just did? Did we get what I just did?
Please go over again.
Okay. So you understand this, where we have the rules. What we want to do is that from these 6 data points, we want to develop a dashboard. So develop a dashboard, we have to take the data points we want to compare to each other. So now, first of all, we want to provide a high-level summary of performance, which is talking about the net operating income, total cost, as well as the profit before interest and before income tax. So we have our rows here because we want to show it segment by segment. Net operating income, total cost, and profit before income tax reportable. And the sum of values goes to column. That is, I've not done anything special. Is that fine? Now.
Yes.
Fantastic. So instead of me going to say insert data, insert pivot table, there's no need for that. Just copy. Make sure you're not copying it halfway. If you copy it halfway like this, you'll be copying it without it being a pivot. Chineye, what don't you understand, please? Please unmute yourself and talk. What don't you understand before I move forward? Chineye.
Oh.
Chineye, I am muted. I have a 7 seconds rule. So if you don't respond to me in 7 seconds, I'm going to move on. Chineye, what's the issue? You have to tell me what you don't understand so I can come again. If you don't tell me, I can't. You can unmute yourself because you just unmuted yourself. You literally just unmuted. Okay. I've asked you to unmute yourself. Chineye, I'm moving on in the next 5 seconds. I've asked you to unmute yourself and you have not unmuted yourself. Okay, I'm moving on. Because like I said, I have a 7 seconds rule and I've gone beyond 7 seconds. So we don't keep the class to ransom. So as I said, don't copy halfway, because if you copy halfway and you paste, it's going to paste as a value and not as a pivot. You can see when you click on the pivot, a pivot table field come up telling you that it is linked to a data source. So don't do like that. Make sure you copy all the whole part of the pivot and paste here so that it can be linked. Now for this area, remember, go back to the case study. I want us to be following the case study. Give me a second. The case study says we're interested in overall financial performance. We have done that to see the overall financial performance. What segments contribute to loans, right? Deposits and operational income. So let's do operational income first, since we're in the operational income space. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. So we only have operating income. Does this make sense? Does this mean so we only have operating income? Are we together? Okay, fantastic. Now, I'm going to come back here to do something, to show you something, but let's move on. Like I said, I'm still going to come back here to show you something. Control C, Control V. Now for this, we can take total assets, remove net operating income, and take total assets. Sum of total assets. You can see very easy. We are just showing it segment by segment. Right? Now, sum of loan. The next is loan, sorry. I want you to see where we're going. We've done this, so let's do loan deposits. So this is, remove this. Share of loan to customers. We have that. And the last is deposits. We're answering based on our case study. Please, yesterday, please reach out to Priscilla, not because I can't do anything while I'm facilitating. Yeah. Do we get this? Do we get this? My people, do we get this? Why we have with this data sets?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Fantastic. So we are following the instruction. No problem here today. We are following the guidelines, what we want. So you're not just doing anything. You're making sure you're answering the case study. You're ensuring that the insights that you're providing is a direct response to the inquiry presented by your managing director. Let's go back to said is interested to see how GTB's operating segment contributes to its overall financial performance, which is this, right? Loans deposit. Loans deposit. There, operational income. Here, we just added total asset. We are okay. So, T. Gary, so why are we copying this? So we are creating summaries. We are creating insights. You don't just create one insight, you create multiple insights from the same data by comparing different things. Here we compare different things. Here we are comparing one thing across the segments, like that. So we are comparing one after the other. We are taking it step by step. So instead of you saying for each one, you'll be highlighting and saying insert pivot table. We're saying just copy a full pivot table that is linked to what the data set you're interested in. Copy, remember, highlight the full table. Don't go and highlight half. If you highlight half, it will copy as a normal table and not a pivot table that is linked to a data source. That means it will be hard-coded. You won't see these pivot table fields at all. So now we have this. We are going to do callouts. Now, why are we doing callouts? Because the way in which we are going to create our, you're welcome, Tigger. The way we are going to do our dashboard, we need to have certain callouts. And unlike Power BI, where you can provide some level of callouts without doing anything to without having to do anything to your pivots or to your data set, for Excel, you can't just do that. It's not possible, right? That's the way Excel is. Excel, when you're creating a dashboard, it will reject it. And I'll show you, right? So for this, yes, Chukwemeka. Are you talking to me? Okay, I've muted you back. How come I can't mute you? Okay, so for this, I want to know the percentage contribution right? And I said, I'm not just doing it in a graph. I want to do it in a call out. I want it to be called out, right? I want it to be called out. So I'm going to say equals to, remember I've told you, for now, I don't want to teach you about changing pivot formulas and all. So we're not going to do that. We're going to find out the row number. This is C37 up here, C37. So equals C37. Drag it down, right? Sum. Control B. We're interested in percentage, so equals to this divided by, and we're going to lock this. I'm not going to tell you much about locking, but this is just basically saying I'm locking the column, I'm locking the row. How do you lock it? By using F4. This is Excel. So unlike Power BI, right? That Power BI is very sweet for visualization. I think last week we had the Power BI session. This week we have an Excel session. For Excel, you need to use some Excel formulas. And one thing is that as accountants, as finance professionals, as whatever you see yourself, we use Excel the most, right? So it's about, even though you might not do something exactly like this in your day-to-day activities, right? There are some certain things that I'm doing here that I can say, oh, can this actually help me in my normal day tasks? And that's why I can see me doing small of this, small of that, small of this, because I don't know exactly what you do in your day-to-day, but I'm looking at how can I help you be more efficient? How can I help you to be faster? Are we good? Are we good?
Yes.
Fantastic. Only one person is responding to me. Hey, Abame. I will start calling everybody's name. Should I start calling everybody's name? Thank you. Thank you very much. So I've logged that. Remember, I've logged this base. So because I've logged this base, I'm just going to do percentage, go to data and click percentage here. So you have this. So everything here adds up to 100%. So already you can see that from net operating income perspective, corporate contributes almost 50% to GTB. We have not even done anything serious. So just by this small thing, see that corporate contributes the most to GTB, followed by retail. Can you see that? So now let's continue. And public sector in meager 2%. So let's continue. So we have done that. Now the next is for total assets. Now for this total assets, we are going to do call out for just the total. We're not doing anything else. So equals to this total, which is what? C54. C54. Now I'm going to put Naira on the cell. Sorry, please don't unmute yourself. You distract me. I don't think you want to distract me. So click on, I just say equals to the total. Click on this and you say more accounting formats. So this shows pounds, dollars, euro. We're not interested in pounds, dollar, euro. We're interested in Naira. So I'm going to scroll down and look for Naira. As an Edo girl, I'm going to click on Edo. I'm Edo. So you can click on Yoruba, you can click on Igbo, you can click on Kanuri, you can click on anything. I'm just joking, but I'm just going to click on Edo. I'm going to press OK and reduce the decimal places. Right? Control C. Because I didn't lock anything, I can easily say Control V and it's already linked here because the cell is not locked. So it's basically saying equal to the cell to his left. That's what I've said. Equal to the cell to the left. That's all. So I can just copy and paste. Do we get what I've done so far? Please, if you've gotten what I've done so far, just give me a thumbs up in the chat room. You can give me a thumbs up in the with the icon or type a yes in the chat room. I really like to know that we are together. I'd like to know that I'm not alone in this because you are here for me not to be alone. You are here for me to pass a message across. You are here for me to teach you something. So I need to know that I am doing my job, right? So now that we have pivots, we are going to create our dashboard. And we're going to create a very simple dashboard. We should be done in the next. Adaku, you say you're lost. Where are you lost, please? Adaku, I'm here for you. Where are you lost? Adaku, remember I have a 7 seconds rule, so you need to respond. Adaku, I've asked you to unmute. Yeah, Adako, you are muted. Go ahead, talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, from the last one, the last work you did,
Mm-hmm.
that's from the function C54.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the year I was. That was where you now went to the accounting section, brought the sign.
Okay. Okay, so let me show you what I did. I'm going to go back. This is what you have. Now, I'm going to delete this. Let me just do the last one. Let me just do everything. Okay. I said that if you link a cell to a pivot table, it will give you a formula. And
Okay.
I can't teach you right now in this class right now, how to edit or update a pivot formula. Well, there are so many things in Excel. You can't move from infancy to professional, in 2 seconds. It's not possible. Let's be realistic. So I'm doing a mix and match of a lot of things. There are some things I'll teach you, that there are some things I will let you, I'll just show you how to do it simplistically, right? So I said for this, what you are looking for, know the name, the cell name. The cell name is C54. That's what is here. C54, which is the intersection of column and row. So I said equal to this. If you don't know the row, just click on it and it will show you the name up here. And press escape and say equals C54. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that?
I can see.
Now, and I want
Yes.
I want a sign. I want a letter, right? I want Naira sign. It's not dollar because it's an amount, and I'm going to call it out. You are going to see what I'm saying when I enter the dashboard in the next 1 minute. I want it to be shown that is a Naira figure, right? So I'm going to click on this. This is number format. Yes. I'm going to click on this. Normally, you can put dollar, euro, and pound here, right? But I'm not interested in dollar, euro, and pound because this is Naira. So I'm going to click on accounting formulas and click on this symbol. I'm going to scroll down until I see Naira. This is Naira. You can see Edo, Fulani, anyone. Me, I'm Edo. I'm clicking Edo. It doesn't matter whatever you click. You don't matter. And reduce the decimal place. That is all. Now, because I did not lock it, I just said equal to the cell to your left. I'm just going to copy and paste, and it automatically takes this cell. Don't worry, when you join the main program, we're going to be talking about relative and absolute referencing, so you understand the methodology, because it is not about how to do it. It's about why you are doing it. If you understand the why, you always know how to do the how. That's the honest truth. So it's about teaching you the language, about teaching you the principles of utilizing every single thing, so you know what to do at any time. You understand? Is that fine, Adaku? Can I move on?
Yes, yes, move on. Yes, understood.
Fantastic. I believe that for those of us who you're welcome. For those of us who were confused, we're all on the same page now. So now let's move fast. I want us to be done in the next 15, 20 minutes. Right? So Control A. One thing about me, when I'm doing my Excel dashboard, I just like for my background, for the back end to be dark. Why? Why do I like for the dark, the background to be dark? Is because when the background is dark, you can play with colors. If the background is white, you can't play with colors, because if you use red, if you use orange, it looks too bright, it looks too sharp. But if you give this background a dark gray, will I be the one taking you? We have different facilitators. However, I lead the financial analytics program, so you definitely see me in your program. I lead the program. You're going to see me throughout your program, so don't worry about that. I'm going to talk about that once I'm done. Let's just do this. So a dark color. It doesn't have to be. Don't use black, because black is also too. Black can be fighting with your orange. I don't know how to explain it. It can be fighting with it. So I prefer using, like, you can use this or this. Something like, not a dark gray, but not black. I don't like black. Nah. That's just me. So now that we have, are we all together?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to arrange my chat box. So now that we have done this, let's go back to our PowerPoint. And just remember, we always go back to your instruction. We are what? we want to see GTB's how GTB operating segment contributes to its financial performance. Which segment contribute to GTB's share of loans, deposits, and operational income from the last annual report? Fantastic. So, excuse me, insert a shape. Can we all see this? Can we all see this? Shall I zoom in small?
Yes.
I think this is better, right? I need responses, not only Adaku.
Yes, please. Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yeah, so I'll remove
Yes.
outline. I'll remove the outline. I don't need an outline. For this, I'm going to give it a dark orange color because I can't find, except GTB's color gongo. You can get the exact shade of GTB's orange if you want. And say, I don't know. However, right? So then you can insert, and I'm just creating the dashboard. So what I like to do is before I put in my charts and everything, I like to create a mental picture of the data, right? A mental picture of the dashboard, so that I just fill in my my charts once I'm done. So I'm going to insert another shape, right? I'm going to insert another shape, put this here. Yeah. Something like this. Sorry, I was a consultant in some part of my life, so I like alignment. So forgive me if I'm trying to use my eyes to picture alignment. Now, remove the border. Why did I remove the border? Ctrl Z. See this dark blue, I don't need outline. So shape outline, no outline. Now for this, I'll make it a lighter shade of orange. I'll make it this or something lighter if you want. So I'm going to just duplicate this. Bring it here. I like alignment, sorry. I've told you before. Ctrl Z. Oh, my eyes. Sorry, I mentioned it that I was a consultant in my previous life. So I like alignments very much. I think this looks like I'm sure someone just looking at me like, what is Nene doing? Nene, why are you wasting time on this? Nene, what are you doing? Don't worry. Don't mind me. So I'm just putting border. So basically, I'll put the name of the report here. I'm going to do call out for percentages contribution to the operating income, exactly the instruction that was given, right? Ctrl C, Ctrl V. This is performance overview. Performance overview. Duplicate. Oh, okay. This can be share of loans to customers. This is reduce this, increase this. Then reduce this, delete this. I can take the exact same shape here. Yeah, and here I'll just keep this for my slicer. I'm going to explain what a slicer is in the next few minutes. I think we've tried. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, then you say Nene has come again with her alignment. So shape format, I'm going to give this that orange that we have here. Reduce this. Something like this. Duplicate, Ctrl C, Ctrl V if you want. Duplicate, Ctrl C, Ctrl V if you want. I like it aligned, so this is not aligned. It's duplicate. Sorry, I've told you that my ick is alignment. Blame my consulting past. It's not. I think I'll just have to manage it like this. Right? I think we are getting somewhere. Does it look okay? My people, nobody's responding to me.
Yes, it's very
Yes.
nice.
Does it look like we are getting somewhere? How is it?
Yes.
Fantastic. I love your responses. Control C, Control V. I have a mental picture of what I want. So the thing is that when you start out creating dashboards, you might not be able to create a mental picture immediately. So just you can draw out what you think you want, how you want it to be presented. The more you create dashboards, the more you do these things, you'll be able to give yourself a mental picture of it. So it's not as if this comes overnight. I'm not going to deceive you that no, it doesn't come overnight. You just have a mental picture. But I've seen that for me, when I do something like this, it gives me some level of comfort that I'm getting somewhere with my dashboard. This is more aligned. Yeah. Are we together? Do we like the way it looks? Does it look nice?
Fine.
It's very fun.
Fantastic. Now,
Okay.
I'm going to go to my Google and I'm going to say GTB logo. Fantastic. Right click and say copy image. Control V, reduce the size. You reduce the size from here. At least we tried. We almost got GTB orange. It's not exact, but it's close. If it was PowerPoint, I would have been able to do color drop. But this is not PowerPoint, so there is nothing you can do. Control Z. Right. I think we tried. What do you think? Remember, you're not taking it from here, you're not taking it from here, you're not taking it from here, you're taking it from this
Cool.
angle. You're taking it from this angle so you can maintain the shape. Right? And we insert a text bar. A text. I don't want a text. That was not giving me what I want. So I'll just duplicate this. I'm going to call this 2022 operating segment report. Control A. Call this black because we don't need. Call this black. Increase the font. Increase the font. This one I can really increase it further. I will make this all capital letter. Can you see that? How is it looking? Does it look like we're getting somewhere?
Definitely, yes, we're getting somewhere.
I like that response. I'm just going to reduce this a second, reduce this to 15. Remember, I told you I was a consultant in my previous life, so you need to forgive me. Remove the shape, no fill. Remember, dashboard, the more you create, the more it's sweetening you. Right? So now that's that. So the next thing we want to do is just copy this, Control C, Control V, remove this. You use that, you just be using this as the title for everything. I call this segment. My caps lock is on. Segment contribution to operating income. Right. Segment contribution to operating income. Yeah. Then I think I'll just take this. Let me do that last. Let me start bringing in charts. So segment contribution to operating income. That's what we're going to put there. Here, we are going to put performance overview. Remember, we are looking at the instruction that was given to us from the onset. Control C, click on this, Control V, share of loans to customers. We're almost done, don't worry. Control C, Control V, share of deposits to customers. Here, I'm just going to write total assets. Highlight this, increase the font size, make it bold, centralize it. No. I want up, centralize it, I've centralized it and it is up, right? Same thing here, I want total customer loans. Remember those totals that we did at the when we're finishing our pivots, right? Increase, what font size is this? 16. Increase center here. Total customer deposits. Bold, increase, I think it's 16 and yeah, and center. I think 16. Okay, so now let me show you the call out. So this call out, right? Very easy. You're not going to type it inside there, you're going to go to the formula bar. Do you see that? And that's why it's needed for you to take it outside the pivot because it's not going to work. So if I say equals and I go to the pivot and I click on this, can you see Excel is giving a prompt error code? So you're not doing that. It can't work with the formula. It can't work with that. So you're going to say equals total assets. Go to my pivot. Where's my total asset value? This.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Okay.
Click on this, increase the font size, make it bold, reduce the font size, centralize it. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I want to increase this font size a bit. Let me take 13. Do you see that? So exactly what we did, we're going to do it equals customer loan. So you can see that's why we have to call it out like that. If
Okay.
this is not Power BI where you can just easily say, oh, dude, Adaku, I'm doing it. I'm going to do whatever I did for this. I'm going to do for this. I'm going to do for this. I'm starting over again. Make sure you click the rectangle and it's showing rectangle 16. I've put us over rectangle, so it has named it already for you. So click on the formula bar, can say formula bar, and say equals. As I'm clicking on the formula bar, the rectangle is still highlighted, equals this. And because I have put Naira sign in the cell, it's showing Naira sign. This is not, it's not here that you go and put Naira sign, it's in that cell that you put Naira sign. Because you can see that there's no, you can't edit anything. It's just linked straight to that. It's a formula. Yeah, you can say bold. I think it was 13. I think it was 13 years. Can you see that? Adaku, are you good? Equals pivot. Fantastic. I love that we are flowing. Increase 13. Make it bold. Centralize this. So you can see our callouts. Isn't this looking good? Do we like the way it's coming out? It's coming out step.
Very nice.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, fantastic. I love that we are getting it. I'm happy that we are happy. So now the next is we have done this. Let's go over. This one will be the last. I'll show you. Performance overview. Let's go here. These are performance overview. And what do we want to do? We can just simply create a bar chart. Right? So we're going to insert recommended table. We can just create this. I want this. No, what do I want? What table do I want? Let me see. No, I don't want that. So cluster column, let's say it comes out. Now for this, remove field buttons. All these great things, you don't need it there. All right, you don't need it there. Remove. Grid line, delete. this, drag it. You are going to arrange. Now, this can you see one thing about Power BI? All these things that we're adjusting. Power BI would have done it for us easily. Do you see that? Power BI would have done it for us easily. So, are we good? Do we understand that? I love responses. I love responses. Where's my chat room? I mistakenly closed my.
Yes, it's understood.
Fantastic. My chat room is open now. Okay. Now this you just drag to the base, straight, stretch it. I'm just adjusting one or two things. Don't worry. I'm going to Control X, take it here, Control V. No worry, I'm going to adjust everything. We are not done. So now, you can see Power BI, for those of us who were in our last master class, that was last week, right? You saw what happened to our Power BI, right? It was a different feel. It was easier for us to visualize. So Power BI has its advantages. Excel has the advantages in terms of most of us use Excel on a day-to-day. It's not all of our offices that have Power BI. So you also need to learn how to do this on Excel, not just Power BI, because Power BI is easy. It's easier, right? So the format, I'm going to remove the shape fill, which is this background. I don't want background, so no fill, right? I don't want any fill. The font, I want it to be black and bold. Then this, I want format axis. I want this number. Display units, I want it in millions. We already know that this is in millions. Drag it. Can we see that? So clearly you can see here that from an operating income perspective, corporate and retail are doing a lot. Now, corporates, the profit from corporates is a lot also. Can you see this? Because look at the revenue from corporate, see the small expenses and see the high profits from corporate. Can you see that based on this, I already seen insights that you can use to discuss with your managing director? I need responses. Okay, how did it convert to millions? I clicked on this. I right-clicked and said format axis, and I said display units. Before it was showing none. So everything was like this, and I don't want it to be like that. Charles, right? I want it to be summarized in millions because this is in millions. So I want the millions to show. I don't know why it's not showing. Yes, sir. I want to go back. So this was it. I came here. I said format axis. I want millions, right? I drag this to the right. Charles, I hope you have gotten that. So we have gotten that. Then this, can you see there's a gray border line? I don't know if you can see it. There's a gray border line. I don't want that gray border line. I don't want the gray border line. So I'm going to go to format, no outline. It has removed the gray border line. If you want to change the color, you can change the color, but I think it's okay. Right? But if you want to change the color, you can change the color of that. So we are done with this. We have this. Right? If you want the figures to show, you can put the figures out there. You can put call out. If you want the figures to show, so data labels, you can have that there. If you want. Sorry, you can have that there if you want. Right? But you don't need it. But if you want. Are we together? Are we flowing with the way it's coming out?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for responding. Insert, you can use anything. You can use chart, you can use pie chart, you can use donuts, you can use anything. So what should we use? Tell me what I should use. Should I use column? Or I should use pie chart, or I should use bar chart? What should I do? What should
Pie
I
chart.
do? Pie chart.
Use column.
Gege. If you want pie chart, put 1. If you want column, put 2. The first 5 responses I see, what I'll take. Pie. I've seen 2 pie. I've seen 2 pie. Vote. I need. I've already seen 3 pies, so everybody has voted for pie. Only 1 person said by column. So remember, once you see this, click on. Now, if you want your pivots to come out, like here, pivot is not showing. Just the table here is not showing. Just click field list. It will come out. I closed it. That's why it went off. So I'm back here. I just wanted to show you that. Remove. You want all these gray things to leave there because it's not fine. Click field buttons. Remove total. I don't need the total. I want call out data labels, but I don't want the data label like this. I want percentage. More options. I don't want value. I want percentage. Do you see that? Do you see that? Hello, did we see what I just did? I said I clicked on this. I said I want data label, and I said more options. And I said label options. I don't want value. What was there before was value. I said I don't want value. I want percentage. That is it. That's all I did. So I'm going to say Control X, Control V. Remember, when I adjust, just adjust it from the edge. Control Z. Format, remove outline, remove fill. Click on the circle also. I don't want line in the circle. If you want line in the circle, no problem, but I don't want line in the circle. So I remove the outline. So when I clicked on the circle, Control Z, you can see that there's white in the outline of the circle, and there's also white on the shape of the color. So I'm going to click on this and say no outline, and the whites disappear. Did we get that? Did we get that? I believe we all got that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Black, bold. You have that. Share. So share of deposits. Go to pivot. Should we use, what should we use? Should we use a different chart? Should we use a different chart for this? Should we use line chart or bar chart? Or let's use the same thing. I think if we use a different chart, it might not come out well. Excuse me. Remove this. Oh, Control Z. Remember to, then I want data label, more options. Go here, label options. I don't want value. I'm going to untick. I want percentage. Tick. I'm going to Control X, Control V. Remove no fill. Click on the circle, no outline. Right, so now from this, as we are creating our dashboard, our chart, we can already see insights. We don't need to wait for the whole dashboard to be ready before we can see the insights. All right. So I'm going to click on the full shape and make this bold and black right now. So you can see that GTB is collecting majority of its deposits from retail, light blue, retail. So 57% of GTB's deposits are from retail. However, it is giving majority of its loans to corporates. So meaning that GTB is collecting from the masses, and giving to corporates to collect. They are not giving enough retailers loans. Meanwhile, they are collecting money from retail. Can you see that? So they're telling us that as we start our own, we should collect deposits from retail and give corporate loan, because that's where maybe the more money is there. You can do more analysis. There's lower risk with major corporate. There's lower risk. And there's some certain things that they look out for. So basically, I think that GTB is collecting money from the masses and giving loans to the corporates, right? Now, this last part, this is Slicer. I'm going to do that last. So now that we have done it, are we liking the way our dashboard is looking? Tigger said the rich become richer. Do you like the way our
Yes,
dashboard
ma'am.
is looking? Sorry, give me a second. It looks like I muted my. I don't know. I keep muting my. Yeah, are we together? Do we like our dashboard, the way it's looking, the way it's coming up?
Yes, it's all good. It's all good.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yippee. Okay, so now I'm going to just take this copy, paste, remove this total assets. We have 6 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are not evenly distributed, but we can make a way. So I've already told you my each. Align, distribute horizontally. Yeah. Okay. Now this, we're going to take this Control-C, Control-V. It's too much. This is business. The first is business. Center. First is business. Then after business is what? Commercial. We're almost done. Far we are done. Then after commercial is corporate. After corporate is public sector. Increase is small. Not too much, and try and make it center a bit. Told you that I've already told you my ick, so you should not say, and then you're wasting time. Sorry. Don't mind me. Retail. And the last is SME. Okay. This one's supposed to have L. Okay, the L disappeared. Hey. Okay, thank you. So I'm sorry, I told you I like alignments. Shape formats align to the top. So everything is aligned. Okay, now that we have this, I'm going to call out. So equal to our pivot here. Business is 2%. This equals this. This equals this. Remember, I told you if you did that, you won't be able to calculate all these things. Yes, I'm going to share the recording with you. You're going to get everything. Please remember to fill attendance. Remember to fill attendance. What am I selecting? Public sector. Okay. Public sector. We are literally almost done. Public sector, 2%. Retail, 32%. It's not inside here. I'm supposed to type it. It's inside here. So now that I have done this, I'm going to highlight everything and just edit it together. Right? Bold, increase. Yeah, you can even make it, if you make it white, will it be fine? It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. So now the last thing we are going to do is to create our slicer. Now, before we create our slicer, I want us to click here and note the name of this table. Pivot table 3. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, what is a slicer? We are literally done. Our dashboard is over with. Right? However, what we want to make an interactive dashboard. We want to make an interactive dashboard. Right? So, and it could be with anything. It could be with anything at all. So whatever data you want to do, whatever data you are working with, just like we were working on what you worked on last week on Power BI. If you want to do that same thing on Excel, you can do this and create your dashboard. But in order for it to be interactive, you must create your slicers, which is like filter for, literally a slicer is a filter for your dashboard. So insert slicer. And say slicer, use a slicer to filter data visually. So create slicer. Sorry, for you to create a slicer, you must click on a Power Query or a queried data. So sorry, insert slicer. And actually, what do you want to create slicer with? And right now, because we are not working on so many things, this is a very, very simple dashboard. We are clicking on segments. It's only segments. So you could have segments, you could have years, you could have anything at all. So I'm going to put this here. And this is our slicer. And I'm going to change the color to orange so it blends, you know, it has to blend. So basically, now the thing about this slicer is linked only to this. This slicer is linked only to this picture. Okay, because that's the only thing we clicked. Can you see that? Can you see? It's filtering it. If you want to tick menu, click here, you tick. Can you see that? But we linked only to this, which is the first thing we created. So we're going to right click and say report connections. Report connections. Right click and say report connections. And I'm going to click everything. Now remember, I told you to remember table 3, which is this. I don't want this to change at all. So I'm not going to click table 3. I'm going to click every other thing, every other table that we have here. I'm not clicking table 3 because table 3 is called out by each business. I'm going to say okay. Now, if I click business, everything changes. Sorry. If I click business, you see only, sorry, the filter, the multiple click was on. I was wondering. If I click business, I'm sorry, I'll check that value. I'll check what's going on here. But if I click business, you see if these totals were coming up. Let me check what happened. Let me check what happened. Business, what happened? Okay, because we linked to this. Now for this one, we can actually just link it to the pivot itself because we're not changing the formula. So we can change it. X, let's just link it straight to the formula. Does this. We're not changing anything. Unlike here that we're dragging it down and doing all of this. So do this. Yeah, so business, you have that. So this customer loans is 100%. This is what we are giving to business. These deposits, this is what we are calling business, and this is the total assets from business alone. And this, however, this contribution of operational income is still the same thing. So that, okay, business contributes 2%, and this is the 2% that contributes to operational income. And with this, we are done with our dashboard. So you can see we've already identified insights about contribution, we've identified insights about performance, we've identified insights about loans, deposits, and everything. And imagine taking this to your managing director and presenting the insights you've gained or you want to discuss from GTB's operating segments. Please, a round of applause for our team. We have tried. A round of applause. We have tried. This is good work. Don't you agree?
No, you've tried actually. You tried. It's not easy.
Only 4 people are complimenting. No, after all this work that we have been doing together. No. I need more compliments. I need more conversation around this. Okay. Fantastic. So this, now imagine this is literally 2 hours. Now, the thing about this thing is we've spent 2 hours on this, but do you know that we could have actually done this in even an hour? If I was not explaining things, if we even wanted to use more complicated Excel formulas, we would have done this thing in an hour, in 30 minutes. That's the honest truth. And that's what I'm talking about, experiential learning. The fact that the more you work on it, yes, exactly. The more you work on it, the more you are used to it. And especially when you are coming from a place that you have no idea about all of these things, we take you step by step. One thing we understand in Tenalytics is that we understand that people are new to this space. People are new to this space. A lot of us don't know how to use Excel. We use Excel every day, but we don't really know how to speak the language of Excel. But that is where Tenalytics comes in. We take it from that baby phase to professional phase. So stay with me. Let's talk about this phase, this process of taking it from a novice to a professional, right? Now, what is financial analytics, right? Financial analytics is where data analytics meets finance. So we are saying that for you to be that finance professional of the future, for you to be that strategic finance professional, you need to be able to be relevant in decision making. And right now, the whole world is about data. Data is the oil. But it's not just data, it's financial data we are talking about. Financial data. And the honest truth is, people that don't really understand the concept of finance, people that don't really understand these things, might not, they might get the jobs, right? But they'll rather hire people who have finance on background, not necessarily background, but finance understanding, right? And data analytics skill sets. And mix this together and be that financial analyst, that go-to financial analyst, that strategic finance professional, right? So we're talking about these things, and we're not just talking about it because, oh, we like it. These things are profitable. And getting these skill sets are profitable. You can go and check this on Glassdoor. These are the average prices for financial planning analysts. We're talking about finance professionals that understand how to utilize financial data, how to be able to guide companies' decision-making, utilizing past and forecast financial data, right? So we're talking about how do you tap into these markets? 42,000 pounds is good money. 77,000 Canadian dollars is good money. It's 1,000 US dollars is good. And we're not just calling all of these things for calling sake. We're calling all of these things because these jobs exist. The world is a global economy. The world is a global space. You see people talking about trying to go to other environments, even working from, someone said the goal is to earn foreign currency and spend local currency. I don't know if it's some people's idea, but basically, we're saying that whatever your skill sets, whatever goal you have, it is attainable. We're not just saying these things for saying sake. We're saying these things because they actually exist. And now Tenalytics has provided a program for you that is tailored to you. It is 100% online, just like we've had a class like this, 100% online. I am not your only facilitator. We have a number of facilitators who are as experienced as me. You're going to enjoy their class. We have how should I describe our facilitators? We have facilitators that know their onions, and they're interested in having more Africans enter this space. In my organization, I'm really African. And this is how I speak. I don't speak any phone. They will hear my English. They hear my Nigerian English like that. That's the honest truth. Because I hear French English, I hear Chinese English, I hear Philippines English. So everybody hears our English. Yeah. So these facilitators are working at different facets of the world, different places of the world, and they're interested in having more Africans join this space. We want more Africans in this space. So I said the program is 100% online. I'm currently in the UK. Some of us are in US. Some of us are in Canada. Some of us are in Nigeria. Some of us are in Cameroon. Some of us are in Ghana. Some of us are in South Africa, wherever we are. We believe in hands-on practical sessions. So what we do is the program is a mix of live classes, right, and practical classes, and guiding videos rather. So you have guiding videos that you can watch at your time, at your pace. Nobody asking questions and we repeating questions and me going back and back and back. You have live video, recorded videos, what we call watch me do it. So you are watching your facilitator do like this and you pause and you do your own guiding videos. Then we now come to class and have practical classes. We are not doing what is. No, we're telling you exactly. You are working on case studies in class, because it's not I have learned that gets you the job or gets you the skill set. Is I have done and I can do. And the only way you can actually say and prove that you have done and you can do is actually to have done. So we believe in experiential learning. That's our watchword in Tenalytics. We also provide lifetime access to materials and experts. Our program is about, this is for 2 months. Our program is actually now 3 months. Apologies. It's 3 months, 3 months live classes and 1 month internship. Now I'm going to talk about the internship later on. I've already discussed this, which we believe on you having projects that you can add to your portfolio and discuss in interviews, discuss when you're talking about promotions, because these are the things that you can showcase. Oh, I have done this, I can do this, I've done that. And these are the value that I bring to the table. I had someone from an earlier cohort. He was the finance controller. I kid you not, you can actually go and check one of the testimonial sessions. One of testimonial sessions, I can't remember. He was a finance controller. He just said, let him come and scale himself up. And by the time he started utilizing all these things, creating insightful dashboards for his organization, they created, I won't say they promoted him, right? I said it in the session, in the participants sharing session. I actually thought they promoted him to CFO. Rather, they created the role of CFO and promoted him and hired a finance controller so that he can be more strategic rather than operational. So it's the skills that you have that creates a road for you, right? And now we also provide 100% job prospect visibility. I'm going to talk about that in the next few minutes. And we provide an industry relevant certification, which is the Certified Financial Analytics Professional Certificate. You are telling the world they are not just adept in finance skill set as a strategic finance professional, but also in analytics. So you're a certified financial analytics professional, right? Now, this is the curriculum. We start with problem solving, right? Because you are being strategic. Your goal is to solve problems. But the truth of the matter is, majority of us do not have problem solving skills, because they don't teach it in university. They don't teach it in church. They don't teach it in secondary school. That's the honest truth. They don't teach it anywhere. So how do you get these problem solving skills that you can utilize in your day-to-day your day-to-day personal life as well as your day-to-day business life, right? We also teach you the rudiment of Microsoft Excel. As finance professionals, we know how important Excel is. Excel is totally important. So we start from scratch, just like the way I was doing some baby steps today. In fact, we're going to take from scratch to professional. We're going to take you step by step. We're going to have guiding videos as well as live classes with interactive facilitator participant modules, right? Then we go from Microsoft Excel, we go to Power BI. We have Power BI, teach you the language of Power BI. Then we also teach you structured query language. These are the data analytics skill set. So I tell people that as far as I'm concerned, financial analytics is the best of both worlds. You learn data analytics, you learn finance. What else are you looking for? Data analytics people, after here, they have, and I think they have 1 or 2 extra curriculums, and it's over. They don't learn account fundamentals and all of this. They don't learn how to build financial models, right? They stop here. Meanwhile, you, as financial analytics professionals, you've learned data analytics, meaning that you can apply for data analytics jobs, and you can apply for financial analyst jobs. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm getting the best of both worlds. Now, moving to the core finance aspect, you have accounting fundamentals. Accounting fundamentals. Some of us, we are beginners in finance. Some of us are experienced professionals. If you're experienced professional in finance, don't worry. We'll do a recap. If you don't know much about finance, we'll teach you the basics, we'll teach you the fundamentals, and we'll groom you from them. We'll talk about financial modeling. As a strategic finance professional, your role is to influence decision-making. Corporate decisions about which project should we engage in that will make money for us. But how can you know what projects will make money when you cannot create a financial model? So when they are talking about, oh, do we have this investment opportunity? We have that investment opportunity. Where should we go? You just be looking, I don't know. What should we do? You cannot model. You cannot create a financial model. A financial model is the financial implication of the projects that you are interested in. The business model, the operating model, how does the business intend this business that we're trying to carve out? How does it intend to interact with the customers? Who are the target customers? What are the target products? How much are we selling this at? What number of questions like that? What are the costs? What are the revenue? All those kind of questions, right? Talking about the operating model, what are the infrastructure that we need for organization? Who are the personnel that we need for the organization? All these kind of questions, we're going to be talking about that in financial modeling. You can also create financial analysis, be able to analyze, okay, what's the trend? What are the insights from this data that we have, from this financial data that we have gotten, right? We also teach you valuation. Right now, valuation is not even just for startups. Established organizations also want to know the value of this project that they are going into. Does the investment worth the value? Does it reduce the value? Does it make sense to invest in such a venture? That's what we're going to be talking about. What's the value of this project? What's the value of this business? We're going to be discussing the different valuation techniques, right? And lastly, we're going to be discussing scenario and sensitivity. Sometimes you can't aptly predict the future 100%. Things change. Things are flexible, right? Things are flexible. Things change. Nobody planned for Russia to invade Ukraine. Nobody planned for this Israel and Palestine war, even though, yes, it has been ongoing, but nobody planned that all of this is going to unfold like this in the past 2 weeks and all, right? Things happen. So how can you provide a scenario-based model where you have a worst-case scenario, a best-case scenario, and a base-case scenario? Sometimes we even have more than 3 scenarios. You have people situations where they have, well, let's have 5 scenarios, let's have 7 scenarios based on your client, based on your business. And so we teach all of that. We also teach you how to leverage ChatGPT as a financial analyst. I was talking to a senior colleague, I think that was 3 weeks ago. I was talking about how we should use I don't even, there's some things I don't even bother myself about. I just leverage ChatGPT. And the person was like, oh, it makes you, that she feels like this is my boss, right? My current boss. Two people, my current boss and my previous boss. I literally spoke to them about ChatGPT in the space of 3 days. And we're like, oh, they feel like it makes you lazy. I'm like, no. It's just like you saying, instead of you creating ledgers with your hand, you're using Excel. Excel makes you lazy. No, it makes you're not wasting your time doing some certain things, researching on some certain things, doing some certain things, getting some particular information when artificial intelligence is there for you. We teach you how to utilize artificial intelligence in your day-to-day task as financial analysts. We teach you all of that. Now, all of these things we have discussed is for both beginners and for professionals. We don't care. Because even when we are professionals, sometimes there are things you still learn in the class. Just like today's, for those of us who say we know Excel, I know there's some 1 or 2 things you learned from today's masterclass. So we know that there's some things you learn. So we take it from scratch to professional. Now, all of these things we have discussed are technical skills and provide only just 50% of the skill set needed for you to thrive as certified financial analytics professionals. Right now, the other 50% is what is needed to help you land that job, get that promotion, whatever your career may be. The first thing we do is we have interview reviews and CV review sessions. Now, why do we have CV review sessions? Why don't we just say, give me a CV, let us work on your CV for you and give it to you? No, we say we have CV review sessions for you to know how to update your CV. Why do we do this? We do this because even though the job title is financial analyst, the job title is CFO. CFO in one place might not do the exact same thing as CFO in another place. That's the honest truth. That's the honest. Check 2 or 3 job descriptions that have the same title. You see that there's some certain things that are different. So how do you tailor your CV to these jobs? You don't use one CV to apply for 10 jobs. No. So we teach you the rudiment of CV preparation. We also teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. The world is a global village. Now, recruiters are not just limiting themselves to the people that apply. Excuse me. Recruiters are not just limiting themselves to the people that apply for jobs. In the company. right? They also go on LinkedIn and check for people. They call it head hunting. Has anybody here heard about LinkedIn head hunting? Has anybody here been reached? Do you know somebody who has been HR has sent a message to the person in their DM or they message you? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody here has seen someone who they reached out to. Thank you very much, Simon. Thank you very much, Sigil. So how do you package your CV, your LinkedIn profile in such a way that recruiters come to meet you? We teach you that. We also do Upwork optimization. Why? What is Upwork optimization? For those of us who say, this UK, US, Canada, Australia, France, Germany, I'm interested in it, but I'm just interested in the money. I don't necessarily want to move to those countries. We say Upwork is for you. This is a freelancer optimization session. So you get jobs as freelancers. I had one participant, Bumi, I think I'll talk about her. She's in Saudi Arabia. She got an Upwork job in US, earning her dollars, living in Saudi Arabia, chilling, right? So those are things. Now, we also teach you how to navigate the job markets. Quite a number of us, we have been off the job market for a second, right? We've not been applying for jobs. We don't know how it is to apply for jobs, what are the new techniques and all of that. Also, some of us are applying for jobs in new markets. We're going to a new country where we don't know anything about. And we say, don't worry, we're going to guide you through this. So we have navigated job market session, which guides you on how to navigate this job market, right? We also provide recommendation and reference letters. We understand that sometimes you need someone to guide you. You need someone to vouch for you. And at Tenalytics, we vouch for all our participants. We vouch for all of our participants, right? We also provide job and interview preparation. Now, we have said apply for, we told you, work on your CV, LinkedIn optimization, all of these things for you to get the job. When you apply for jobs and get called for interviews, we say, don't just jump into the interview, reach back to Tenalytics. We will guide you, because our joy is when you get that job. Our joy, our satisfaction is when you get the job. It's not our name that will be on it. It's not us that will get the salary. It's not us that will get the salary. That's the honest truth. But when you get that job, it's our satisfaction. That's the only satisfaction we have. So we do everything in our power to help you get the job. We are going to guide you through interview and job preparation, do mock interview sessions for you, to tell you the ins and the outs, things that you should watch out for, how you should prepare yourself for those interviews. Now, lastly, we offer weekly mentorship sessions. Sometimes, especially because most of us are new to tech. So how do we navigate this new space? Sometimes we just want to ask some questions. We say there's stupid question. There's no stupid question. We want to, how do we do this? Come every week, every Thursday, we have weekly sessions where you can just sit down and just listen to other people ask questions or ask your own question. They're very interactive sessions, right? So this is the next 50% that we provide to you, right? To help you. The technical skills and the soft skills combined together that will help you land that job, right? Now, the learning roadmap. We said it's a 4-month journey, 3 months live classes, plus capstone project. Capstone project is very important. Capstone project is what qualifies you for a certificate. You have learned all of these things. You have done all these things. Come and showcase and present. You present your financial model that I've created for you to get a certificate. Then we have a 1-month virtual internship, which I'll talk about in the next slide, right? With virtual instructor-led classes. We have the best of the best professionals. You don't have one person teaching you all through. You have different professionals. You learn from a wealth of professionals who are doing this integrally, right? We offer classroom system. Like I said, you have lifetime access to materials. I'm going to show you the classroom. We have a Google Classroom that we utilize, as well as WhatsApp groups. So you have interactions. You have interaction with your facilitators. In the Google Classroom, all classes are recorded. All Watch Me Do It videos are sent there. All assignments, all materials, every single thing. And you have access to that for life. Right? The class schedules are on Saturdays. We only have 1 day for live class. We understand that you will work Monday to Friday. We don't want to bombard you with too many things. So we have only 1 day that has live classes, which is Saturday, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, we have live classes, 3 hours, just 3 hours. Now, the rest of the week, we provide you with watch media videos. I'll say, go and watch these videos at your pleasure. So meaning that you can just sit down, chill, and be watching videos, listening. Then you can watch it on Sunday. Then you watch these videos on Sunday. Then in the course of the week, you can just be practicing it and submit your assignments. So we will believe in experiential learning, where you have assignments, you're doing things. Financial analytics doesn't have second class. It's just one class of financial analytics. Yeah. So we also, like I said, we also have recruitment hack sessions throughout your program, right? So that you can get jobs, whatever we can do to assist you to get jobs. Now, you can work as different, with the skill set you learn, work as financial analyst. If you check these things, you see that there are different titles for different things. You see financial analyst, you see commercial analyst, you see finance data analyst. So they don't just want a data analyst, they want a data analyst that understands finance. So they want a finance data analyst. They want a cost analyst, a finance business analyst. They want financial planning and analysis, and that's my role, FP&A. That's financial planning and analysis. Treasury analyst, investment banking analyst, corporate finance analyst. All of these things fall within the facet of all these skills we have discussed this evening. And like I said, work as a freelancer, or fully remote, working as a data analyst, earning in dollars, pounds, whatever. We discussed that through Upwork. Now, talking about the growth internship, we're almost done now. We'll have time for questions very, very soon, right? The growth internship. Now, this growth internship is a 1 month dedicated to helping you hone your skills. Now, these things you have learned in the course of the 3 months, you have learned a lot of things. But we want you to be able to hone these skills, work on more in-depth case studies, real-life case studies, so that you can talk about, these are the things that you talk about, these are projects that you can talk about extensively, right? These are projects that you can talk about extensively during interviews, during case study presentation, during promotion conversations, things that you can talk about, right? So it's 1 month dedicated. It's 1 month, you work on real-life projects. You work directly with, for this growth internship, you are working directly with me. I'm the only person that handles you during this growth internship. It's you and Nene, like this directly. Shola, you keep on moving. Is there a reason? Do you want to say something?
No, sorry.
No problem. Yeah, so that's the growth internship. So these are some of the projects you work on. So we have a solar energy case study, we have skin top case study, we have explore, we have so many case studies, but these are just some of them. Now, talking about sites to get remote jobs, you can actually just Google this for yourself. LinkedIn, we have Glassdoor, we have Beauty, we have Upwork, we have Indeed, we have Wellfound, we have remote.co. You're going to get access to this slide, so you can just see it and see that we're not just talking, we're talking about this from this perspective, right? We just talk about the global demand for tech talent. Now, when we're talking about tech talent, it's not just you working in Facebook and all. We're talking about tech talent. Every organization is they're investing heavily in data architecture. They're investing heavily in technology, because technology is shaping the way technology is shaping the way we work. Technology is shaping the way we do our business. So they're interested in people who understand how to utilize this technology. So there is a global demand for tech talent. And we're just looking at this. We have the Canada Global Talent Stream Program, looking at tech talent. We have the UK, we have the Global Talent Visa, tech, German Blue Card Scheme, Singapore Tech Pass Program, Australia Global Talent Visa, France French Tech Visa Program, Ireland has a Critical Skills Employment Permit Program. So they are looking for tech talent. So why don't you hop on the job or hop on this wagon and become a tech talent and join one of these programs, right? These are the things we're looking for. How can we help you get? Because the truth of the matter is that we have a lot of Indians in this space. The number of Africans in this space is like this. It's very tiny. It's very, very tiny. And there are so many jobs. Just Google right now. Google tech jobs in whichever country you are, or whichever country you are looking towards, and you see tech vacancies, and you see the number of vacancies that there are. They are looking for people with this skill set, right? So I'm going to be one of your facilitators. I lead the financial analytics program. We also have Jenna's Jonas is an assistant manager of Coca-Cola, currently doing his MBA in the UK. He's a managing consultant of Atrium Consulting. He has over 7 years experience. He's an associate member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, as well as a Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, and holds a diploma in international financial reporting from ACCA. He has worked with HRG, Promasido, and the likes. Teniola is also the assistant manager, digital consulting in the Big Four in the UK. She's a chartered accountant, over 5 years experience in developing data-backed strategies, go-to-market strategies, and financial models. She has worked in financial services, energy, technology, and legal services. She holds a master's degree in accounting and finance from the University of Liverpool in the UK. Right now, the price for this program is 400,000 naira. For the 4 months of this program, it's 400,000 naira. However, we have a discount that's currently running. We have a discount for the first 20 participants for today's masterclass, which drops it from 400,000 naira to 300,000 naira. And we understand that you might not be able to pay everything at once. So we have put it into 2 installments. We have put it into 2 installments, 200,000 naira now and 100,000 at the end of the first month. So 200,000 naira now and 100,000 at the end of November. And I'm going to show you how to register with this link. So when you make payment, you can make payment direct transfer, you can make payment through PayPal, you can make payment through Paystack, whatever. All right, I'm going to show you that in a bit. We have these account details. Priscilla, do we have Hafsat and Ubong on the call? I want to show you. Give me a second.
Yes, I am on the call.
Okay, fantastic. Hafsat is on the call. So I was going to while away time with a video before, but let me allow you. Hafsat, please go ahead. Hi, Hafsat.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Is it possible to see your face?
Oh, let me try.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think it is possible to see my face.
Okay.
This is me.
Fantastic. Hi, Hafsat. Okay, please, I've stopped sharing my screen. Please go ahead.
Okay, let me try sharing mine.
Okay.
Okay.
So
good evening, everyone. I don't know if it's evening wherever you are, but it's okay. It's night here anyway. Yeah. So I've been listening to some of the things that Priscilla said. Sorry, some of the things that Nene shared. I was a bit distracted. I had a busy day, but yes. And she have shared almost everything you need to know about the program. The rest assured that you're in the right place. I was once a participant. I recently completed mine. Although I am yet to do my growth internship, it requires time. You need to set time for growth internship. So I had to defer mine, and I'll be resuming that next month, God willing. I want to see this to the end. I've learned a lot, and I still want to learn more from Tenalytics as much as I can. So this is a glimpse of the financial model we created during my set here. So this was what we worked on. This is for a shoe manufacturing company. So the thing about Tenalytics is I knew of financial modeling prior to now, but it wasn't something I kind of like was running away for it. It felt like it was difficult, it was hard, and like you need to learn every Excel formulas that you need to learn. That was what it felt like. But contrary to that, actually, it wasn't that way. And it's quite easier than you think it is, honestly. So it's something you can. I was able to do it, and I got, forget the fact that maybe I have a finance accounting background. No, they teach you from the scratch. Most of us use Excel, and they'll teach you how to use Excel. So once you're able to learn how to use basics in Excel, you are good to go. So you are covered. So this is a glimpse of Safeco. We made a 5-year financial model production. This is the dashboard. So the thing about this is it is quite interactive. Nene showed you guys Power BI. This is not Power BI. This dashboard that you're seeing, I created it here on Excel, and it is quite interactive as well. Let me see how I can minimize this so I can show you. So it is quite interactive. Once I change it to base case, because it's in pivots, it's a combination of several pivot charts. Once you change it from best to worst, it's not going to change immediately. So you have to refresh it. Let me see if I can refresh it here. So once I do refresh all, the figures is going to change. Okay, still in base case. Let's go to best case. So it is quite interactive. You can see the movement. Also, there are slides. So if I want to drill down to see for each year, the financial performance for each year, I can just, all I need to do is click on it. So sliders are on Excel too, and you can create an interactive dashboard like mine, so on Excel. But before we got to this dashboard, we went to a lot of processes, and you can see from my screen, we have different sheets: financial statement, valuation, assumptions, workings. In fact, I even grouped them with colors. So and these are outputs. So we didn't just get here. We started with assumptions about the business. We want to know the business assumptions. How many days do they work in a week? How many days in a month, in a year, quarters? We also look at economic factors, matrices like inflation and the like, tax rate to the business, the industry's growth rate. Other things we also accounted for in the general are like credit sales. Most businesses, you buy goods on credit, you make sales on credit. So we made provision for credit sales and free credit purchases. So these are assumptions that we brought up to do the projections for the business. Also, the other time I clicked on it at the dashboard, I was able to move from base case, best case, and worst case. It was because we embedded scenario analysis into the financial model. And we made a projection that, okay, base case is going to be 100%. Worst case is expected that our performance will be 20% below base, and is making an assumption that going to be 20% above base case. This is to accommodate any economic, let's say, setback and the like. So after the general assumption, we went revenue assumption. How is the business going to be making money? By selling boots, by selling sneakers and sandals. I don't know if you can hear me.
Perfectly.
Okay. So the revenue assumptions, or the business is going to be selling boots, sneakers, sandals. We came up with the units in each box, number of boxes that will be sold, prices, just like a regular business. You want to know, what are you going to be selling? How much are you going to be selling it? How many units does a business have the capacity to produce? So those are the assumptions specific to this particular business. And so we came up with and projected it for about 5 years. So we made assumptions. And then the cost of sales, because you just don't make sales, you're going to incur costs. You're going to buy leather, you're going to buy rubber, textiles. So these are costs attributable to this particular business. So we sat down, we did research, we came up with a cost assumption. Then we went to operating expenses. You're going to pay for, incur money on marketing, electricity, fueling, research, rent, like, and then also personnel. You cannot run your business alone. Even if it's a one business, at the end of the day, you're going to bring in people to assist you in managing the business. So we also made provisions for assumption for how much the company will incur on personnel expenses. And we did this model in a, it's concise, it's neat, and all of that. So we did the assumption for also assets. For business, you need equipment, manufacturing equipment, furniture, office equipment, generator, delivery van. All of these things are very much practical. A business cannot function without its assets. And also we made provision for its depreciation. So after making all of these assumptions, we will now transfer it into workings, where we do our calculation. So some people who want to build their model and they will start putting it on one sheet. It would be difficult for you to assimilate one. So using them in different sheets makes it better. So we have a sheet for workings where we now combine these assumptions to make more meaning out of it. And then we projected it for year 2024, 2025, 26, 27, and 28. We got the total revenue, cost of sales, personnel expenses. So these are working, whereby we've calculated with times, let's say this cost of sneaker per unit times the number of units that will be sold times the number of days that they work in a year. That's how we're able to get figures for the revenue, the cost of sales. So we change them from per unit to annual figures in this working. Also, for the non-current assets, we had to first go and do a detailed breakdown of our assets, because you have to make provision for depreciation. And along the years, you are going to buy new assets. So we had to create a sheet separately for this. It's tricky, but you're going to understand it honestly, because there are easy formulas that you can learn that will help you very well, that will make you appreciate calculating for depreciation using Excel. So after doing the workings, then we now went down to create the detailed financial statement. So this is a financial statement where you see your gross profit, you reduce your minus your expenses, you get your profit before tax, deduct your tax, profit after tax. If you pays dividend, you make provisions for your dividend and the rest. And then you go to the statement of financial position or balance sheet. And you can tell that we did a great job. My balance sheet is balanced, it is checked. It is true. My asset equals to my capital and liability. After that, we also went ahead to create a statement of cash flow. So it's the three statements. The three major financial statements was captured in this model. Then we went ahead to value the business, know what the business is worth, because you use it to do in your decision making. So after that, after the valuation, then you can now go into detailed analysis of the business performance. You want to know its return on investment, its return on assets, are they profitable, are they not profitable? If they should take loan, will they be able to repay the loan? All of this is what you will learn from doing the analysis. You use your data set to do the analysis, and then after doing that, you transfer this information into pivot charts, which was later now transferred into your dashboard to compress everything. So it's a step-by-step process. It's not something you do within a day. The great thing about this is, like Nene said, you have access to the recorded videos. You can go back to those videos to watch it. Anything you don't get, you make reference to it and understand how to do it. And by true practice, you're able to do this. So this was actually the one we created during the financial analytics class. After that, we're all tasked, we're assigned to work on our capstone project. You are going to do your capstone project. As long as you register and you want to obtain your certificate, you're going to do a capstone project. They are going to use your own anticipated business or your friend's business or someone's business. You're going to create a financial model for them. Let them see the financial viability of their business. So that one is left for you to decide which business, which industry, but you are definitely going to have to create a business. And I also, to do that, I did mine. Let me just give you an overview of mine. It's going to be brief and fast. So this was why I did this.
You have to reshare, because you shared just safe food.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's true.
Let
me reshare. Let me stop and share. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can. Yes, we can.
So this was the one I created as my capstone project. You can see my cover page is beautiful. I learned it from Nene. And there are even links for you to easily navigate. So through the cover page, I can just click on my assumptions, double click, it takes me to the assumption. If I want to go back to my menu, I can double click, it takes me there. It's very interactive, so you can as well do this yourself. So just like the first one, I made assumptions for my proposed tiger nut make business. How many days we'll be working in a week, in a month, and all of that. I made scenario analysis so I can know what if the business is going to be viable if things don't go out the way I expect it to. My revenue assumption checked, my direct cost, And it's not about easy. You're going to present this capstone project to your facilitators. They're going to go over it. They're going to correct it. In fact, there were some adjustments that I did after my capstone project. So it was during my presentation, they pinpointed those stuff, and then I brought it, I had to modify it, and you have to do that, submit, and then you have access to your certificate. It sounds complex, it sounds difficult, but I can assure you, I did it myself. Many people have also done it, and you can as well do it. And despite the fact that I'll say, okay, I had been busy this past few months, I got distracted for a while, I still want to join the capstone project. I know it's going to be time consuming, but I need that, because if I really want to get value for the investment I made to this training, I have to build my portfolio by practicing more, building more models, so that I'll feel more confident in my abilities. I'll feel more confident in what I can do. And you're not going to start by going straight to financial modeling. No, you're going to learn Excel. You're going to learn Power BI. You're even going to learn SQL. It wasn't an opportunity to learn, but you get to learn SQL. And then apart from that, the other perks that comes with Tenalytics, LinkedIn optimization, how to create your CV, how to prepare for interview. You can have interview sessions. If you have an interview coming up, you are a student, you can reach out to them for a demo interview, and they are ready for you anytime. So you can have interview preparation sessions and Upwork optimization session. Nene mentioned everything. I can attest to you that everything she mentioned, you are going to get it, because I also got it. In fact, I still have them on my Google Classroom. I'll log in anytime, have access to that information. As long as you pay for it, you have I think it's lifetime access. It's Google, it's linked to your email. You can access it through your phone, you can access it to your system. Anything is stored on the cloud. So it is. And one thing again about Tenalytics are actually people you can easily reach out to. They are willing to help. They give recommendations. And there are a lot of testimonies. People are saying job. While I was doing my own program too, there were a number of people that came and like, and this. So if there is one thing I will encourage you to do is don't waste time. Don't wait till you finish before you start applying or before you start practicing and all of that. When you're done, you might be a bit withdrawn, you might not have time as much as you did when you're in the program. So start now, so that you won't just do this, so that this isn't going to be one of those trainings that you do and you don't. So start now. It's not too early to start applying for jobs. We get it. Believe you me, you're going to get the skills that you need to defend yourself after successfully passing the interview. So this is it. I don't want to walk you through, because it's just similar to the initial model I showed you. So this is it. Just like I created mine, you're going to create yours. So a very interactive financial model, just like mine. So I hope this encourages you to register for the next batch. They don't waste time. November is by the corner. It's next week. So make sure you join this batch. I hope I can stop sharing now.
Thank you so much, Hafsa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ubong, are you there? Mr. Ubong, are you there?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hafsa. We appreciate your time. Mr. Ubong, are you there? Okay, while we're getting him to join back, let me just share some testimonials from previous participants.
Hello everyone, my name is Modele Cole.
Sorry, can you hear? Did you hear that? Let me reshare. I don't think I shared sound. Please confirm if you can hear.
Hello everyone, my name is Modele Cole Creek. I'm a chartered accountant and an advertising practitioner. If you're still doubting and thinking if you should be part of Tenalytics, you are on a long time. So Tenalytics has made me achieve so many things. This week I was given an assignment, a case study, And I was able to use the learnings from Tenalytics to achieve my case study assignments. They tutor us on what to do, what to place on your LinkedIn. Apart from LinkedIn, there are other platforms that you can put yourself out there and be marketable. I'm so glad and I have no regrets to have joined Tenalytics. And also it is quite affordable. Kudos to everyone at Tenalytics. Thank you. Thank you.
So that was Omodele. Then can get from Solomon here.
Hello, my name is Ilodibe Solomon.
My name is
Analyst with Lagos Group.
I'm
I've grown from, say, infancy to being a full-time professional under the guide of Tenalytics. I dare say that the facilitators did a thorough job in equipping us with the skill needed out there, and the community is such a great one to belong to. My journey with Tenalytics has been amazing. I've moved from literally novice to I would say advanced level at this point. I know I still have a lot to learn, but it's been nothing short of amazing all the way to this point. I really recommend the program any day, anytime.
Thank you very much. Mr. Obong, are you there? Priscilla, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Nene.
Okay, is there anything wrong with Mr. Obong's audio? Okay, I think he has issues with audio because I can't get him to unmute. So this Solomon, you just watched this video. He was from an engineering background. He did the analytics program, and he got a job as a financial analyst not too long after. I think about a month or so. Victor completed the financial analyst program, also got a job as a financial analyst at Nico Finance Company. This is Wumi, the person I was telling about. She is in Saudi Arabia, and she got a job as a market data. She got a job immediately after her Excel program as a market data analyst at Neo Finance Company. Now, remember what I was saying about you as the financial analytics program being the best of both worlds. This just shows it, because she was able to get a data analyst job while taking the financial analyst program. And when she finished, she while still doing this, she did freelance jobs, got financial budget, financial modeling, finance data analyst freelance jobs on Upwork. Right, we have Afolabi also who completed the Tenalytics program and got a job as a financial analyst at Coolbooks. And just some of the dashboards. You have the slides, and you can just look at them later on. So back to the program. So like I said, the program is 300,000, and we have 2 installments. You can pay 200,000 now to secure the early bird discount and start the class. The class starts next week, Saturday, and you pay 100,000 at the end of November. Right. So when you make payment, you can make payment on Paystack using your Naira card. If you're not in Nigeria or not in Africa, you can make payment using PayPal, or you can make direct transfer to UK account or Nigeria account. When you make any of these payments, you have to fill this form you have to upload your receipts here. It is quite important for you to upload your receipt. So you fill the form. You provide your details. I'm just trying to fill it for us to see. Initial payment. So notify that your balance should be paid by end of November. You can view the terms and conditions. Right. When did you make payment? You can state the date I made payment today. Sorry, give me a second. And you attach your receipts. It's important for you to attach receipts, so it's easy for us to confirm your payment. Sorry, just give me a second. Let me add a file. Okay. So add that file. Then you will indicate your mode of payment. If you make payment through Nigerian transfer, also you state the name of your account, EI, right? What program do you register for? Financial analytics. When do you want to start the program? November. There's no December cohort. So if this is the last cohort for the year, after this is January 2024, you indicate your WhatsApp number. Country of residence, I'm in the UK. How do you find out about Tenalytics? Wherever, and you submit. Ensure you submit. Ensure you click submit to finish. So that is that. I want to show you how when you click submit, your welcome kit will be sent to you within, your payments will be confirmed and welcome kit sent to you within 3 days, within 3 working days. So this is the cohort. This is the financial. This is just one of the cohorts. So this is the Google Classroom that I have live access to. So if I click on the classroom itself, classwork, you have onboarding session, how to download Power BI, how to download Excel, how to navigate the Google Classroom, the welcome kit, terms and conditions. Link to the videos just for Slack, when we're using Slack. Problem solving class, you have the slides, the recording, every single thing. Watch me do it videos, live class, watch me do it videos. We had this mentorship event where we had the guest speaker. Everything, securing a remote/international job mentorship session, video conversion and presentation dashboard, Power BI mentorship session, Power BI mentorship session, Upwork optimization, CV review, and there's recording. Everything is there. CV review, mentorship, financial modeling, all the financial modeling classes, building your portfolio, mentorship session, financial modeling, job pay, financial modeling, mentorship session, LinkedIn optimization, financial modeling, mentorship session, LinkedIn optimization, capstone presentation, immigration pathways for tech professionals, creating your website portfolio. So you have all of this in your Google Classroom. You have, depending on your, as you go, you have your own videos for your own sessions. No, you won't give another person's session. You want your own sessions. You have it, the sessions for your cohort that you attended. You have it. So you have live classes and interactive classes. Do we have any questions so far? Any questions so far? Joseph, Adile, Ali, Ayodeji, Dr. Sahid, Henry, Global, Nokia, iPhone, Olushola, Sarah, Simon, Sonola, Tigger, Wale, Zidane. Do you have any questions so far? Any question about the curriculum, about the program? No problem. Okay, fantastic, no problem. So like I said, we have this early bird discount. You can secure the early bird discount. The program is actually 400,000 naira. The program is for 4 months, 3 months live classes where you have different facilitators, not just one facilitator. You have different facilitators, interactive sessions, not just facilitation, not just the trainings themselves on weekends, but we also have in between job enhancement, recruitment sessions, CV, LinkedIn, interview preparation, mentorship session, navigating the job market, all of these things in the program. So, but instead of paying 400,000, we currently have an early bird discount that reduces to 300,000 naira. That's the pound equivalent, which you pay in 2 installments, 200,000 naira and 100,000 naira. So if we don't have any question, I think I've tried to be as explicit as possible towards everything. So we have a lot to learn. We have a lot of skill sets. So the question is, where do you see, what are the skill sets you think will help you to be that go-to strategic finance professional? How do you think Tenalytics can help you? We are ready for you. We have as you have sent, you fill the attendance, we'll send you the recordings, we'll send you the slides, we'll send you Excel sheets, we'll send you everything. Thank you so much for attending today's masterclass. I trust you had a swell time. I trust you enjoyed today's masterclass. Thank you so much. Bye. Nobody say bye-bye to me.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.